Why does the camera look so bad? Is it just me? What's wrong? Why does the camera look so bad? Why does the camera look so bad? Welcome in. I need to figure out why my camera looks so bad. It's my new iPhone. What in the world? That's crazy. That is crazy. I have some wipes. Hope y'all are in. Hello, everybody. Toadstool, hello. Why does this look so bad? It's my new iPhone 17, and it takes beautiful video and photos, but it doesn't look that clear on here. Hey, Red. Hey, Nylon. Missed y'all. We're going to talk about so much today. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not going anywhere. Not going anywhere, but I feel like so much has happened. It's been, hey, everybody. It's been a really hard time, like physically, but spiritually and emotionally, really good. So, guess, you know, take it as you can get it, right? Take it as you can get it. Hey, everybody. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to have to put products in as we go. I've really been wearing light makeup. Oh, welcome, Sophia. I forgot. We're going to turn on community moderation so that people have to subscribe for a minute. And we're only going to do that to help the moderators because it's really so hard for them to keep up. And I don't even know if I have all my moderators in. I had to start adding people back last time. So if you're a moderator, if you were a moderator and you're not a moderator, please just comment mod. I don't know if Red can add you. Maybe. I'm not sure if I set everything up right. Sorry, y'all. Red was like a managing moderator, but I don't know if she went back in that way. Where is everybody? I can't see the comments now. Oh, there we are. Hey, Red. Welcome in, everybody. We only have 36 people in, so that means we need to come in and double tap the screen. And that will give a thumbs up, and it lets the algorithm know this is important. Hey! Oh, thank you so much, Karen. Good, Red. I know you're there. I'm not sure if I put you in as a managing moderator this time, though. I'll have to check it. I don't know how to. Wait a minute. Maybe I can check this way. I'm learning that it's not that hard to do this. Yeah, it says only standard moderator. I want you to be a managing moderator, so I'll change that later. Because that makes you able to do more and add mods and remove them. That's why they removed you guys when they hacked my channel in January, so that nobody could help me, you know? Yes, hello. Y'all come in, like, and subscribe. I got to do something with this wig. I got my hot comb. But I promise you, I am so bad with the hot comb, notoriously bad. Hey, Stephanie, I'm feeling good. I was feeling like a lot better the other day. Like earlier in the week, I was feeling a lot better because I'm back on Levaquin. And like I went to Pilates. It was really nice. Oh, thank you so much. Sprinkle kitties. What a cute kitty. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate those so much. They help more than you can imagine. Thank you. But to the past, like yesterday and today, it doesn't feel so great. And I'm worried because the thing I have is called Sriracha something. And oh, lucky Sheba, thank you, Sprinkle Kitties. And it's antibiotic resistant, so it showed sensitivities to Levaquin and Cipro only. And I went on the Levaquin, and it seemed to get better. And But after I was off for 5 days, it came right back, except it came back worse. Like this whole side swelled up because it's actually in an incision over here. I think you can see. I think you can tell like it's still swollen over here. And I hate to show y'all all this, but that's what it is. And so now I feel like it's getting a little yucky again, but I see the doctor on Tuesday. These surgical wounds will do like a discharge. It's kind of not a discharge. I don't know what it is. Like if you had a surgical wound and it's like not bleeding or whatever. And all these wait 2 hours. Yes. I've had these nails on. I even broke this nail. Or put it on. I keep them on a month. Don't wash your hands. Do it before bed. Let them get dry. Yes, baby. They will stay on. Hey, hey. So hopefully it'll just get better because today it's suspiciously oozy and kind of stinky, to be honest. And that, like, MRSA does that too. Hey, LaShawn, I'm going to get my hot gun. We got 97 people watching. Welcome in, everybody. I'm going to have to close my door in a minute. I just saw my dog go by. He's been burying a bone. He's a sweetie. He's doing okay, but he's been acting kind of funny the past couple of days. But he's getting older, you know. Yeah, surgery is pretty intense. I better turn on Do Not Disturb. I always forget to do that. When it rings, it messes everything up. It takes the sound away, I've learned. Grady, did you bury your bone sufficiently? What do you do? I don't see him. Oh, yeah, he's laying on the floor glaring at me. It is hot. I don't know about y'all on the East Coast or wherever you are, but I am sweaty right now. I think it was 88 the other day or something uncomfortable for this time, to me, for this time of year. Okay, get this. And I know my hair's a mess. We're going to flat iron it. And listen, I've got this hot comb and I can only find this flat iron. I don't know where my big one is, but I'm going to try like that when I turn it on. Make it cute. I got divorced. The divorce was final on February the 19th. Grady, Red says hello. Grady says, I'm already snoring. Okay, I'm going to have to close the door because it's too hot. Oh, I bet it's chilly in the UK. Yeah, it finally went through. It took such a long time because he dodged service and then he and his attorneys he and his attorney were up to all sorts of antics where I don't know what the purpose was, you know? Oh, 20? Yeah. It's 80 something here. I'm in Los Angeles, Southern California. But I guess they stalled because he lives in the property that needs to be sold. Thank you, Renee. Oh, it just snowed. I wish I could come see some snow, but only for a minute, like for a few hours. Then I'll leave. Yes, thank you, Red. And so now I just have to wait for the property to sell. And it's under contract. It has been since January. I that it is freezing since January. And the closing date got extended because of snow to April 1st. The closing date was going to be March 23rd. And it snowed in Georgia. So there was like a state of emergency. And they extended all closings out 8 days, which is completely unnecessary because it's a cash closing. And the guy is taking forever to close. Just an investor being, I don't know why people have to be that way, you know? So it should close, it's scheduled to close by April 1st, which is my birthday. So when the closing moved and it moved to my birthday, I was like, okay, well, maybe that's a sign. Because that's the money I've been needing the whole time, just to be comfortable and not be so panicked. Like today, you know, it's like rent's due tomorrow. It's like, Jesus, I'm over that. I'm too old for that nonsense. I worked my whole life to be stable and comfortable, and then it kind of got jerked away by somebody who's evil, you know. And then it's like, I want just give me my money, and we'll let karma and the justice system deal with him further. but I need to take care of me first. Grady and I need to be comfortable. Yes, Sophie, I'm an Aries. Y'all come in and say hello, please, so it knows. Thank you, Red. I get it's nappy, but it's coming. Y'all come in and say hello so the algorithm reads the live is important. I haven't been on. I've only been on once in a couple of months, and I'm hoping I'm back into the Stephanie, all the Aries. I'm hoping I'll be back into the groove with this as long as this infection stays down. Because I didn't realize how physically bad I was feeling with it. You know, I was kind of like, oh, it's swollen. That's annoying. I can't sleep well, but, you know, I'm okay. And I kept trying to do things, and then I'd be exhausted the next day. Yeah, Lady in Red, like red. Let me close my back door. It's letting in too much heat. Thank you, Angela. I am divorced. Dealing with a narcissist stalker over a decade. Yeah, for sure. No contact is the only way to go with these guys. And you need to be careful, you know? I mean, I'll always be looking over my shoulder. Thank you. I'm catching some people live today. Thank y'all for all being subscribers, and it is set to subscribe so that it'll help the moderators not have to weed out so many what happened to you, what's wrong with your face comments. Doesn't bother me that much, but it really starts to wear on the people in the live, you know? And I understand why. It's like you came just to watch something and it gets frustrating. Whew. Yeah, moving forward, I'll get the money, and I think I'll probably move to rent another house if I can find one. I know housing is hard in Los Angeles, but oh, look what I did. I always do that. The housing market is sparse, especially for a house that I can actually afford by myself. But I feel like there's lots of prosperity to come. They're going to stalk you. I guarantee you, mine is watching right now. Hello, please send the alimony. It's due. Gotta pay the rent. Oh, God. Does my thing still pop up? My introduction that says I'm a domestic violence burn survivor? Do y'all see that when you log in, or do you read it? Do you read the description? I'm going to tell y'all, children, one last time. Do not ever come in and ask somebody what's wrong with them or what happened to them. It's rude. Your curiosity is not important. It is not as important as you believe it to be. We don't care. If you want to ask, I understand. People are curious, but that's not how you ask. So Auntie is just going to reject that. Auntie said, nope. Do better. Come back. Oh, today is my daughter's birthday. She is 28 on the 28th, and I think that's so cool. Right? Yeah, they are. I mean, you have to do it to be. I always think people do it to be rude, but I fear that maybe there's a generation that does not know that that's rude. So I feel like maybe when they know better, they'll do better if we just call them out on it. Yeah, she's 28 today. I wish she was here, but she's back in Atlanta. I miss her. I'm going to see her soon. Happy birthday, baby girl. I have a 28-year-old and almost a 30-year-old. I am so hot. I thought I was over my hot flashes, y'all. You know what? I take Manjaro, right? No qualms about it. I take Manjaro. And Oh, so you know, don't see the description. Interesting. Thank you. Um, I take Manjaro. I have been. It has helped me so much because I was truly stuck. You know, a lot of people say a lot of bad things about it. You know, maybe it's not for you, but I tried so hard to lose weight. I gained the weight after I was burned, and I got depressed after I got. You know, I was pretty positive when I got home from the hospital with the burns. I felt grateful to be alive. But after I got COVID, thank you, Renee. After I got COVID, I came home and I had to be on oxygen, right? And I was on oxygen for 8 months after that. Not to mention, I was in the hospital with COVID. I thought it was going to kill me. When I first heard about COVID on the news, it was about 2 months before I got it. And yes, our truth in just a moment. Um, I'll finish my thought or I'll forget it. But I thought it was going to kill me for sure. I was so terrified. And then I got it, and it was the original COVID. And there was no treatment for it, there was no vaccine, there was nothing. They just put me in a hospital room in quarantine with some vitamin A, I think vitamin K, fluids, and let it ride out. And then I come home. I've got the oxygen that I was attached to 24/7. Like, I was sitting on the couch with the things in my nostrils, and it was just like a long cord. It was a machine that would turn the room oxygen, that would purify the room oxygen, or whatever you say, right? And that would just be like the things in my nostrils all the time. If I went to the bathroom, it's in there. If I go to bed, it's in there. If I didn't have it, my oxygen level would drop to like 88, right? And that went on for 8 months, and I just felt hopeless, you know, because I wanted my life back, like everyone does. You want your life back. You want to walk and talk. Hey, Kylie, I'm so glad to see you back. Were you a moderator before? I lost all my moderators when I got hacked. Feels like it's been a long time. I've only been live like once because I haven't been feeling well. But let me know if you work. I'm trying to put everybody back the way they were before. But yeah, I was just hopeless and I gained all this weight. I just sat there eating. I had a caretaker because I couldn't be at home alone by myself. I couldn't take care of myself. And it oh, it's just so it was so bad. I just wanted to eat pancakes, sit on the counter, and I'm okay. Okay, good, good, good. I want to make sure. I can't remember who was what. Definitely an OG super fan. I don't think this is hot enough. Um, Even though it's smoking. Remember, I'm a black girl. uh, yeah. So then I went on Nutrisystem. I gained 100 pounds. Maybe it was more, to be honest. And you know, I don't have a father. I don't know who he is. That's a big part of it, right? So I went on Nutrisystem after I gained this 100 pounds because I was miserable. I couldn't breathe. You know, I looked 12 months pregnant. When you gain the weight and you've got skin grafts, the skin grafts can't stretch, right? So like my arms can get bigger, but it can only go so far. It just feels like you're about to pop. And then so the fat kind of goes places where it wasn't before. Because I always had a flat tummy, no matter how much weight I gained. That was just the way I was built. And then all of a sudden I had this huge tummy that I'm still trying to get rid of. So I went on Nutrisystem and I followed it religiously. You know, I probably gained that weight in a year and a half, 100 pounds. So I went on Nutrisystem, followed it religiously, did not lose weight. I lost like 20 pounds. Now, there was only so much I could exercise, but really, weight loss is 95% nutrition, you know? 95% nutrition. Exercise is great. I was a personal trainer, but if you're not putting the right things in your mouth, you will gain weight. But it wasn't working. Nutrisystem was maybe like 1,000 calories a day or something, and I wasn't losing weight. And I've been struggling with it for all the years after until I got Manjaro. So I think we should be less critical of people and like, oh, it's a shortcut. No, I've been doing this for like a year, losing weight slowly. I eat better. I get in as much exercise as I can. Like I walk Grady more. I have like a little workout room. And it's a matter of kind of feeling the self love again, like caring, because I'd given up. I didn't care what I looked like. I didn't care what I felt like. And that was even like last year. That's how I felt. It's just like, I don't care about this. I've worked my whole life. I've always had to, watch what I eat, right? And, I've never been naturally thin. I was a chubby kid. So I was like, I'm done with this. But now I feel so much better and I feel like my self care coming back, you know. My kids, I was not being physically abused until I got set on fire. So that's really important to note. They were not watching me be physically abused, but they were well aware of the emotional abuse, but they didn't really speak up about it. When I talk to them now as adults, they're like, oh, wow, what a jerk. He was such a jerk. When I told my daughter like a couple years ago that I was going to divorce him, like, because I've remembered this for a while and before I could talk about it publicly. And I told her I was going to divorce him, and she was like, you should have done that 10 years ago. And it kind of took my breath away. I was like, wow, that's how much the kids were actually, they knew what was up, you know, but they didn't ever say like, Mom, why do you listen to that? Why do you let him drive you crazy? Thank you, our truth. Did I miss your question, by the way? I might have. Our truth had a question about the X. I might have missed it, but yeah. So if Manjaro is something you're considering and you talk to your doctor about it, it worked well. Ozempic did not. I thought Ozempic was going to kill me. Yes, my kids lived with me, but I was not. They did not see physical abuse. They only heard arguments because that's all it was. I was not physically abused. They were not living with me when I got set on fire. They had just moved out a month before. Thank you, Chili Boy. Boy. Is that how you're supposed to say that? I'm not cool. I'm old. Yeah, so my kids were never watching that. And see, the narcissist knew I would not tolerate physical abuse. Physical abuse and cheating were two things I wouldn't tolerate. So he emotionally abused me and hid the cheating. I mean, it was just that simple. Don't ever get caught at that and you'll be fine. And that's what he did. And he was such a jerk. Looking back at it, I just can't even believe that I ever had anything to do with him, you know? And let me see, I'm looking for our truth to make sure I don't miss that question. Yeah, when mobility changes, depression, it's hard to move. He did not get questioned. Our truth 216. So I haven't been on for a while, so it's okay, our truth. We're here, we're live. I haven't been on in a while. We're See that questions asked not in a way that's like designed to be an insult are welcome. So he never got questioned. When this happened, my eyes just automatically teared up, y'all. mm. Hell, I've been emotional, just not feeling good lately. But the night it happened, we were sitting by the fire pit, and hold on a minute. Is Wegovy? I don't know if Wegovy is Ozempic. Do not recommend. If it's Manjaro, recommend. Ozempic made my stomach hurt. Manjaro hasn't done anything. So we were sitting by the fire pit. Our truth, we were sitting by the fire pit the night it happened. And I didn't remember everything that happened until years later. Let's start there. So, yeah, I'm talking about not question, not nothing. So when the police came, they took me, and then I was in a coma for 2 months. And looking back at the police report, they closed the case in a couple of hours. They're like, okay, he says that Um, he says that the lighter fluid exploded or whatever. And that's which is not even a thing that happens, by the way. But they were just like, oh, it's fine. Right? They didn't question him. And when I woke up from the coma, there was nobody there asking questions either. What I woke up to was the man who set me on fire, the narcissist, kissing my face and telling me what a terrible accident we had, you know? And our truth, he was horrible. I ignored all the signs. Talk about a lot. I ignored all the signs, all the narcissistic things. And that's what he was doing when I woke up. This is not hot enough. When I woke up, he was love bombing. You hear what love bombing? You hear people talk about love bombing, right? Well, that's what he was doing. It's like, oh, what a terrible accident we had. Now, keep in mind, I've been in a coma for 2 months. Oh, what a terrible accident we had. Um, and you know what? And then he says this, and I want you to understand the gravity of this as to how miserable narcissistic abuse is, right? He says, um, God, I realize what a jerk I've been to you all these years. When I couldn't talk to you, when I thought I was going to lose you, I realized how bad I've been. I will always be good to you from now on. Because he wasn't hitting me, but he was just like, he would disappear, turn off his phone and disappear if I questioned him or something, it was just crazy, the level of emotional abuse and manipulation. So when he said that, and I'm waking up from this coma, I didn't have a face, literally. My face did not look anything at all like this. I didn't have a nose until last year. Um, I had, hey cat, I had, I had burns to the upper 35% of my body. I'm laying in a hospital bed. I still don't know if I'm going to live. And I felt relieved because this man said he was going to stop being the way he had been for 15 years, is how long we had been together at the time. I felt relieved, laying there with no face and no idea. I was 45 years old. Yeah. Yeah, they know. That is proof they know what they're doing. Absolute proof. I realize how bad I've been to you. I mean, how do you not know it's bad to turn off your phone and disappear all night while I would literally be at home crying, y'all? I'd cry or I'd get some wine and sit there and drink. I smoke cigarettes, smoke 1,000 cigarettes, drink wine, sit out on the deck waiting for him to come home because he's completely ignoring me. His phone is turned off. And I would always say to him, I don't understand how you can just turn off your phone and not even stop to check it if you love me. And you know, and that's true, but I didn't listen to my own words, because someone who loves you can't do that. I would be mad at him sometimes. And it's like, I'm going to turn off my phone. I'm going to block him. But, I would always check to see if he was messaging me, to see if he was worried. So they know what they're doing for sure. They know they're evil and they do it to make themselves feel bigger. And, you know, so waking up to that, and I was kind of like, oh, okay. I knew he'd been a jerk. There's no reason I should have believed that it was an accident. I didn't have all the memories. And I think that was just my mind suppressing it because I couldn't deal with it. Oh, shit. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on a minute. Oh, I laid my hot comb down on my desk. Pardon my language. I do not curse in front of children, but this is one of those moments. Oh, my God. And it's my new hot comb. Somebody said raise texture. Work on the skin itself, exfoliate, work on the skin itself, and you can use a primer, like a silicone primer will help smooth it while you're working on your skincare. Elf putty primer is inexpensive and it worked really well. I used to use it all the time. And it gives a smoother appearance to the face. But definitely, exfoliate gently, use I use Allies of Skin products. I'll tell you now, they are not inexpensive, but that's because they work. They have been life-changing for me. And I use the growth factor and copper tripeptides. So really lock into your skincare. And any silicone primer will work. Yeah. You feel, are you being, did you say you're being abused, Sugar? Sophia? By the way, y'all, I just put a post today that I'm going to start doing the Burn Beauty show again. It's like my passion. I used to do it live on another platform where people would come on and I would just sit and let them tell their story and we would talk and give people a platform give people who want to tell their story and don't have a platform the ability to do so, and to give people who are growing platforms the ability to grow bigger. I'm not going to do it live because it stressed me out. Yeah, the walking free is crazy. It stressed me out because people would cancel, and I get it, there's cancellations, but I'm a one-woman show, and I would be like scheduled to go live with somebody and then not know what to do, like last minute trying to find a guest. So I don't want to do that. I want to start off recording until I know I have enough guests lined up so that I can have a possible alternates, and I'm trying to keep up with what's going on with Sophia too while I do this. I'm trying to save my hot comb because I just bought it and now it melted the plastic on my desk. Like I have one of those plastic desk blotters. Like I want to get it out because I just bought this. I used it once. Um, I would have freaked out if it had gone up in flames. I would have freaked out. I'm so scared of fire now. I have no intention of dating. I just feel so happy. I've never been alone. Um, I've never lived alone until now, and I'm 52. It's me and my dog, and it's so peaceful. I love it. Hey, sweetie doll. No, it's coming right off. I think if it gets hot, it's going to meld in. It's coming off, but I couldn't get it from in between the combs, but I got it. I got it off. Warmer was better because it's like this ooey gooey desk blotter material. Guess I'll remember to use the thing. I'm going to try again. I'm not giving up. I got to get this wig cutified. I'm not doing a lot of makeup today, if y'all haven't noticed. I haven't been wearing a lot. I've been wearing my skin. I really love it. Oh no, where's Michael Danger? He was here last time I was live. Oh, you mean dating Michael Danger? He asked. I already told him no. Already told that young gentleman no. He's welcome to be friends, but I can't have anybody living in my house or coming in my space. Thanks, our truth. Come back. I'll be live more. Definitely subscribe and watch the content. If you've been through it, whether you've been through it or not, it's important that we let people know what this narcissistic abuse looks like and how dangerous emotional abuse is. Yeah, he's a cutie. I like him a lot. But, like, we need to. Thank you, Stephanie. My skin, I've got my little eye patches on. Well, I guess I took one off. I have these new eye patches by Abusive. No, I'm not even using the right. These are not the ones by Abusive. These are by, you guys love CosRX, right? And they sent me their eye patches, and they are really nice. Because they're collagen, hydrogel eye patch, and I like that it has caffeine. So that really will help with bags. My bags aren't going away because they're the way the graft was made. But yours, this will really freshen up your face. I love this. And we love CosRX, vitalizing, hydrating, brightening, and glow skin. Hey, hey. And Sophia, if you're going through it, look, I couldn't afford an attorney either. I just did my own divorce. Now, I'm a paralegal, but it was still overwhelming for me. Thank you, Angela. Yeah, Grady is my man. Grady is the only one that can come in here and give me fits about what he wants. Because otherwise, I am in the I do not care club. The COSRX eye patches are disposable, and they're already loaded. They're hydrogel patches, which is always my favorite. Hydrogel mask and patches are absolute favorites for me. Oh, thank you. So yeah, burnedbeautyshow@gmail.com if you're interested in recording. I'm going to do them recorded to begin with. We'll do it remotely. And remote recordings and then post them. Then we'll get the show going, get lots of people wanting to come on, and we can do it as a live show because I think that's so good when the audience can ask questions, you know? You too, Sandra. Sandra, I hope I said it right. Have a great day. If you're in here and I don't see your messages going by, thanks for being here. I try to read as much as I can, but I'm really worried about my hair. Yes, they sent me the snail serum, and the delivery person threw it at my porch and broke it. So I did not get to use it except once because I didn't want it. It was like glass, right? Oh, thank you. Domestic violence hotline. Thank you. Everyone in the United States and I think Canada. I'm not sure of Canada, honestly, but definitely anyone in the United States. What is 169? You're in the are you in the UK? Thank you. Have a good day. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to stop messing with this because I'm not good at hair. So I'm just going to be done with it. But yeah, so that man didn't get questioned. And part of that is because domestic violence is some of the least prosecuted offenses out there, you know? It doesn't get prosecuted. The police often empathize with the abuser, and I don't think they do it on purpose. I just think they relate, you know? I think they just relate to the abuser, and that makes things really really dangerous out here in the world for us. We saw it with Gabby Petito, right? If you haven't watched that, the moment that the police, come and get a call that there's a man hitting a woman on the side of the road, and then they come and somehow make her the abuser and send him to the domestic violence shelter, I was screaming at my TV. It's like, can't you see? Can't you see it's narcissistic abuse? And the answer is no. And I honestly don't know how we're going to get people to understand. I mean, we can train it, we can talk about it, but, you know, how do you get them to, compliance is the issue. Compliance is the issue. And if you get like a restraining order or whatever you have going on with a narcissist or someone who's, locked into emotional abuse, they get mad at that. They can go into a narcissistic rage. Those things are, I feel nauseous. God. I am struggling with feeling better. I'm going to get a protein shake. My friend, I was in a house with the person who set me on fire for what, 4 years after it happened? Five? I can't even think. Home in 2020. I didn't get for 4 years after it happened. What happened, Kylie? I'm missing. What happened? I'm worried about Kylie. What happened? Ooh, Kylie, let me go back. Stephanie. Oh, you lost your pup in November. That's like, there's not a lot I fear. Oh, no. You lost Maxie this week. Oh, no. I'm glad you're here, Kylie. Y'all gonna make me cry. Y'all always make me cry. Why y'all do that? I'm supposed to be here to like uplift y'all, and then I come in and cry and I feel better. Hope y'all do too. I'm so sorry, Kylie. No, I mean, I fear I fear that day, that and anything ever happening to my kids. But as a parent, you don't anticipate that. You expect, they're going to bury you. So we're always in that mindset. But losing your dog, I'm so sorry. Over the rainbow bridge, where all the good boys go, all dogs go to heaven. No, don't apologize. It's a good cry. It's good. Human interaction is good. We get locked out of it, don't we? A lot of you, if you're watching, first of all, welcome in. I'm Tanya, also known as Burn Beauty 2018. I would like to have a bunch of people in the live. So if y'all would double tap, it'll give a thumbs up and it lets the algorithm know it's important. I am in a cold sweat and a little nauseous, so the antibiotics are strong, even though I ate with them. Let me grab a shake, protein shake. Let me open this. Pardon my sniffles. Bringing the whole thing because I can't get it open. The bane of my existence is opening this box. Why do they make it so difficult? Oh, it's not difficult. I don't want to break a nail. Oh, Laughing Disco. Did somebody send a gift? Thank you. I'm really praying not to throw up right now. I don't know why this is happening. I have not been feeling nauseous to date. I'm struggling with this. Bacteria is not. This bacteria is so unusual. Oh, let me tell you the story of how I know I got the bacteria. I got the bacteria. I had my surgery in December. Everything went great. Wasn't a problem. Oh, thank you, Kylie. Oh, God. I'm sorry, I'm thinking. When you get to that point where you're willing your body not to do something. I am willing my stomach not to be sick right now because this is not the time. I don't have any ginger ale or peppermint. Oh, no. I'm taking 2 really strong antibiotics. I'm taking Levaquin and doxycycline at the same time because I took Levaquin and it didn't work. I took Doxy and it didn't work. So now they're combined. Ginger, I don't have any. I used to keep ginger, but I don't have it. I might have, hold on. I don't cook anymore, y'all. I used to keep ginger in the fridge. Ginger. Nope. Oh, Lord. Let's just say a prayer. If I have to end the live today, I'll be back soon. Oh, I'm dizzy. Lightheaded. Oh, I don't think this is dairy. Is it dairy? I thought, does this have dairy? God, Jesus help me. I don't know. I think it, does this have dairy? Yeah, the medication is bringing it, but it hasn't been until now. I don't know what's in it. That's the only thing I have. I feel like my stomach's too empty. Copies? Ah, thank you. Thank you. These are press-on nails from Lily Nails. They do. The antibiotics are wrecking my tummy. And you know what? I haven't been eating my yogurt like I should. Yeah. I love a red nail. Oh, the magazine cover. I missed that. No, they just emailed it to me yesterday. So there's no physical copy. Everything is like online anymore. I don't even know if they print it, you know. I am sick. I don't know for the herbal remedies for the bacteria. No, the bacteria. So here I got it. I had my surgery in December, and um, after like 10 days or so, I was able to take a shower. Otherwise, you just have to wash up, right? Because they did my throat because I had that mass in it. Oh, I don't know where to find the magazine cover. I'll find out and I'll post. I posted up, excuse me, only posted it on YouTube here, but not the whole cover because it cut it off. So after 10 days, I was so excited. I get the shower, but my plumbing had been backing up. Like this house is old. It's expensive to live in California, but everything is kind of careworn. I mean, I'm not used to it being from the East Coast. For this price, I'd be in like a much bigger house. And I don't have any yogurt. Need to get some. I have to focus. So I took the shower and it was backing up, literally. I wish I had bitters. I don't have any of these things. I need to get things in my house, like grown up things. I don't have any grown up things. I have everything you could possibly need for a dog, but nothing for me. So it was backing up. The plumbing was backing up a little bit. Not backing up, it would drain really slow. Well, I did not know that meant that you like that's a sewage line backing up. I have no idea. I've lived I've never lived on my own. I'm 52. I've had men in the house at all times. So it's draining slow. And then the day I get to take the shower, it just super backs up. I mean, it's not draining. I'm frustrated in the shower. I wash off as much as I can because I'm really enjoying it because I haven't had like a real shower in 10 days. And I'm in all that water. Okay. And this bacteria lives in sewage. Pick it up in bathrooms as red slime. I'm so disgusted by that. Because then, after that happened, I couldn't get it unclogged. I thought it was clogged up with my hair. Because even though I wear wigs, I have a bunch of thick curly hair underneath, and I thought that my hair was clogging it, so I got Drano and stuff. And this is all while I'm trying to recover from surgery, right? I just had like had a reduction here and a surgery on my throat. Then finally, it just completely backed up. Everything backed up. The toilet backed up. And so I let the landlord know. And then they sent the plumber. And the plumber is like, oh, this is the sewage line backing up. And I didn't make the connection between this infection and that until now. It didn't look like sewage. You know what I'm saying? It looked looked kind of oily, which is gross. I'm going to definitely make myself throw up if I talk about it now, knowing what it was. But that's where this nasty bacteria came from because the doctors were puzzled. They were like, where'd you get serratia? Like, how did this happen? And it's in here. And it's still there. It's not going away. I can tell you right now, I thought I was feeling a lot better this week, but I can tell you right now, it is not okay in this moment. It's starting over again. Whew. Okay, let's put some stuff on our face. My grandmama taught me that if you don't feel good, look good. All right? Believe it. If you look good, maybe you'll start to feel a little bit better. This is CeraVe. I like this a lot. I'm going to see if I can link it below in just a minute. Skin Renewing Brightening Lotion by CeraVe. Oh, I'm okay, Kylie. It's coming back together. If I need to go, it'll be abrupt. I'm like, okay, do this, do this. Shake it off. It has SPF 30, which I like. I normally wear an SPF 50 to be honest, but this is so moisturizing and it's going to be good for brightening dark if you have dark spots. If it's melasma, like a hereditary dark spot, it's not going to help you with that. But if you just have dark spots, age spots, it will help. Use it every day. And I love how creamy it is. This is like, it's not heavy, but it's super creamy. It's super nice. Super nice. So I've been using this for a few days. It's new, dark spot corrector. I give this 2 thumbs up. It's CeraVe, so you know it's a good brand. Thank you. All y'all, my nails are press-ons from Lily Nails. I got mad about them at first. I put them on, and then one broke. I literally glued it back on, and it's been there. My finger. I glued it back on, like the corner, and it stayed because I was miffed. It's like I just did all these press-ons; they are so stuck. And then I snapped it off. But I think it was more my fault than Lily Nails, because they're really beautiful. I love how close. No, Melasil is not a bleaching agent. This is 3 essential ceramides and antioxidants. You would have to research what it is, but I do have a lot of trust for CeraVe. Leslie Vernick, yeah. When you talk about the spirituality, y'all, of being with these narcissists, I'm telling you, it's just killing your soul. The way I feel now is not a way I ever thought I could feel. But I'm going to talk while I see if I can tag this as a product so you can shop it. And I won't be able to see you. I didn't know that my soul could be so at peace, that my nervous system could be so regulated. I can't even explain it to you because when I was with the narcissist, it felt like leaving him or being without him. It's like, oh, I can't even live without this person, right? That's what it feels like. And I think people really don't understand that. Vitamin serum, hold on. Tagged it. It's $30 at Ulta. Oh, why is it not letting me tag it? Okay, is it tagged? Good. There's the CeraVe. This is like my new hero product that just came out. Oh, Dr. Romani is amazing. But the way that I would just like short circuit when this person, it would be like he did something wrong. So I'm upset about it, rightfully so. And then if you approach him about it, then he disappears. Because, that's what he knew to do. Like, turn off his phone and just discard me. Like, it didn't matter. Like, why are you what is wrong with you? Why do you keep questioning me? Why don't you trust me? Why can't I hang out with my friends? Mind you, this is like a 40-year-old person at the time who's worried about hanging out with his friends. I mean, yes, we hang out with our friends, but the way he said it sounded like an adolescent. You know what I mean? Like, Like 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 when your kids are grounded and you're like, "I want my friends." That's the way it sounded. And, but then he'd disappear, and I'd be like, "God," but at the end, I was starting to see that, I didn't want to be with him, and I think it was definitely showing, and I had gone back and gotten my "You too. You too, Augustine. Have a great day." Um, I got my real estate license, and I was finding a way to make my own money again. I'd always been financially independent, until 5 years before, or maybe not independent, but I had my own money coming in as a paralegal. Then we had a tree company, and it made more sense to work for the tree company and help that make money, the family business, right? So that's what I did, but that put me in a position where I don't have my own money, and I don't have any confidence that I can even do anything. But, I'd been in real estate all those years, and I'd wanted to flip houses. So I wanted to get my real estate license so I could find the houses, make my own money, and this is the key. I wanted to make my own money, in order to buy the flips, so it would be all mine. And it was starting to come together right when he set me on fire, and the kids had just moved out of the house a month before. And, it's like the perfect storm, and it makes me wonder now, like, how long would I have survived if the kids hadn't been in the house? And fortunately, they're not his kids. Fortunately, they are not. But how long ago was it that you actually wanted to end my life? And I know he did, because now there are things he said that I remember, and now they hit differently. There are things he said that are horrifying now. 'Ca- And not to mention, he had this guy that he was pretty close to that everyone always knew that was like a boyfriend. I thought so. Even the other people in the tree company thought so. But he's like, that's ridiculous. And then you start thinking, well, that's crazy. He doesn't want to be with a man. I know him, but yeah, I do know him. And you're definitely with a man for doing like couple things, you know? Like, don't deny it. When you see it, don't, accept what your eyes and ears are telling you, you know? Accept what it's telling you. If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, you know? But they lie and gaslight you, and, then he got so mad, he thought I remember one point, God, this is crazy. I'm putting some concealer on my eyelids because I'm trying to find, like, my new way of doing my own makeup, because I love the way my skin glows, and I don't like putting heavy foundation on it anymore, even though the color isn't even. I just like it this way, but I still want to do my eyes. So normally I would never start with eyes. I would do my base before I do any eye makeup, but I'm gonna try something new while I talk about it. Yes, y'all, everyone, please hit like, double tap, boost it. I appreciate you being here. And, please subscribe. It's set to subscribe, to comment, to help the moderators with all the horrible, horrible comments. Yeah, I'm Dr. Maya Angelou. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them. But I didn't believe it. At one point, he was so upset with me that he was telling me that I was crazy and I needed to get psychiatric care. He tried to get my ex-husband, my first husband, called me and he's like, "Why is Donald trying to get you committed?" Literally. He thought that was a thing that you can just do because he's an idiot. I mean, I hate to talk about people, but he's an idiot. And but they think like life is like something on the movies. They think like Wile E. Coyote, like a child. I don't like it. You're crazy. You keep bothering me. You're crazy. And this is during the time he was with his boyfriend. And his boyfriend happened to die from drugs like a year later. They said it was a heart problem, but it was clearly a heart problem caused by drugs. He was 29. Um, And I'm not the only person who thought this. He won't admit it, but it's true. He likes men, not women. He hates women, but he wants to torture us, you know? Um, I wish that I need some stuff to hold my hair down, but I'm just going to let it go. That's the best I can do. Um, so my first husband calls me. I've never even talked about this. My first husband calls me. He's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "He's trying to get people to, needs two adults to sign off on having you like committed." Yeah, that boyfriend that was real. That went on a year. And he would rather spend time with that man than drink water in a desert, you know? That young man. Mm. And the guy was openly homophobic, like obnoxiously, openly homophobic. People who are obnoxiously, openly homophobic are that way because they are suppressing who they are. There's no reason to be that hateful, right? So, anyway, the first husband calls me and he says that he's like, "I don't know what's going on, but I know you," right? This is my first husband. And we had a contentious divorce. And he's like, "I don't know what's going on, but I know you. And this sounds crazy." And I was like, and I told him what was going on, but he didn't say anything to me like sideways. He didn't say anything like, um, he didn't say anything like, "Hey, do you think, do you think he's a problem or you should get away from him?" He didn't say that. He just let it be. He just told me what it was and ignored him. And then the narcissist would try to like invite him out to have a beer, the first husband, which makes sense if you're actually co-parenting, but he was more of a child. He didn't really help with the kids. He was just a third child. He was the worst of them. I mean, he was the least respectful person in the house. But he would invite him out, and the first husband would go. Like they would take my son, go out to Taco Mac, have a beer. So they always seem like a good guy, you know? Their outward appearance is like, "I'm a good guy." And my first husband passed away, but in his old age, he fumbled too. He was not good to me. I'll say that. And then he passed away a few years later. Let me think about that. He passed away like a year after that. Hmm. Yeah, we can't wrap our mind around the abuse. People are doing it now in the world, if you notice. There are horrible things going on that are being presented to us. I'm just putting a little bit of setting powder because I don't know what I'm doing with my eye. Not much, but I want to give myself options. Because we can't imagine anyone doing these horrible things, we're telling ourselves that it's not really happening. And there are horrible things happening in the world, unimaginable. I mean, I can't even go into it on here, or I'll just get suppressed, which is horrible. Evil presenting as good. The devil, Lucifer knows the Bible as well as Jesus. Don't forget that. Thank you, Taco Silva. Never forget. Lucifer knows the verses as good as well as Jesus does. Trauma bonding is huge. Yeah. And people don't understand what trauma bonding is. It's like you need the person that broke you to fix you. The only way I would be okay after he disrespected me, did something wrong, and then disappeared all night is for him to come home. And then that's when the angst would end. You know? That's the only way it would end. How do you get out of that? It's so hard to get out of that if you don't know what it is. And that's why we need to tell people what it is and show people how dangerous it is if you don't talk to someone and get out of it. I had no idea I was being abused. And people find that just so hard to believe. But I mean, I really didn't. I knew like he was being disrespectful if he is, calling me names, which they did. The narcissists are always going to do that. I'd never been name called until I got with him. And I would say to him, why do you name call? It's like, that's childish. Like, you know, and I would say, why would you do that? Why would you call me a name? And I would just say, if you don't have anything intelligent to say, just please just say nothing. And this is what I would tell him, in an argument. I'd be like, if you can't articulate a thought, then just don't speak. But don't, start calling me names. So we would fight. It's not that I was like, I'm not meek. I'm not meek. I will fight. And I did, but fighting isn't good enough. Why would you want to spend your life fighting? And it's not good enough. You need to actually get out. I don't know what I'm doing. That's not even dark enough. I don't think that's what I want to do. I'm just going to put some brown. This is the ColourPop That's Taupe palette. It was on purpose, Little Miss London, but he said it was an accident at first, and I believed it was an accident for a long time. Oh, that shade is much cooler than I expected it to be. So I'm just going to switch. I'm not feeling well, maybe. Okay, hold on. I'll just put a glitter on top. I knew it was cool toned, but it's looking kind of gray to me. Memory, Little Miss London. It just took time. Thank you, everyone. It just took time for me to get the memory back, and I think accept the memory. But it wasn't long, after I went home from the hospital with him. After I went home from the hospital with him, it wasn't long before he started stealing my pain medicine. No, I wasn't afraid people wouldn't believe me because so many people, even the public, had been doubting him from the beginning. I was the one that believed him. Lots of people were very doubtful of the story. Strangely enough, the police weren't doubtful of it. And something I need to add about the police is that he had rammed my car with his car about a year and a half. Thank you for following. About a year and a half before the fire. And I called the police, and he had been arrested for aggravated battery, 2 counts, one vehicle to vehicle and one domestic violence. Of course, I ended up backing down because he's like, look what you got me in trouble. I mean, he came home and ran my car. I got him in trouble. So, and I believed it. I felt bad. It's like, okay, what am I going to do? Got him out of it. It was like, okay, well, he didn't need to do it. And so they just gave him like anger management, and he was supposed to watch some videos. And oh, thank you, Tylisha. Oh my gosh, thank you for the super. That's amazing. Those help so much. Thank you. Thank you guys. I love y'all. Thank you, Talisha. So thank you for subscribing, Cindy. I know y'all have to subscribe in order to comment. And that's just to help the moderators with all the rude comments that come. So yeah, so even though he had been arrested a year and a half before, they still didn't question him, you know. He didn't even do the anger management, y'all. The day it was due, he called me from riding around in the car with his, I don't know, another boyfriend or something, and told me I needed to do it. So I literally logged on, watched the videos, and wrote the essays. I hate saying that. I don't even talk about that much because it bothers me so much. It bothers me that the prosecutor at that point, it's not rude, that the prosecutor at that point was trying to help me. I couldn't understand why they charged him so harshly when he rammed the car, but it was because he's a sex offender. He'd been arrested for that 20 years before. So they're seeing things I wasn't seeing, but then when I get set on fire, it's like nobody cares. Nobody sees it. I just think they didn't care. They just wanted to close the case and be done with their day. He never went to jail. He never got questioned, Little Miss London. He when I woke up from the coma, I'm gonna try. I don't know what I'm doing. I just put like some really way too cool tone brown on my eye. I'm going to try to figure out how to pull this together. And the best way to do that is just put a sparkle in the middle. I think it'll be better once I finish my face. I can make it work. So, yeah, he said it was an accident. I believed it was an accident. I wanted to believe it was an accident. Lots of people, when I came out and started telling my story online, people were like, that didn't happen. On today's list of things that didn't happen. Of course, absolutely, little Miss London, absolutely. We were in North Georgia. I'm black. He's white. No questions. Even though you just got arrested a year before for aggravated battery, and even if it wasn't prosecuted, that's a pattern that should at least be investigated. You should at least question him. Yeah, the shimmer is going to make it work. Gonna put it everywhere I want to put it. I'm thinking of doing green eyeliner. I think somebody sent me green eyeliner and I'm feeling kind of wild and crazy. I have the tattooed liner that I love, but maybe I can put green on top. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to watch my dog. I feel so much better now, y'all. I hung in there. My stomach settled. Everything is okay. I think I just got overheated, nauseous. But yeah, not questioned. Crazy that you could do something like that, not be questioned. Then I got home from the hospital and he started stealing my pain medicine. Turns out he was on heroin and meth, you know? Soldiering on, thank you, Kylie. We get through it, right? We get her done. I wish Michael Danger was here. Where is he? Or maybe tomorrow. I don't know if I can do tomorrow. I probably do Monday. But yeah, turns out he had been on meth this whole time. And I think he started doing the meth when he had that first boyfriend. Because that guy, he was like a druggie, openly. He wanted everybody to know. He was just a loser. He was an awful human being. I just can't tell you the way. See, they try to kill the way that he treated others and was discriminatory against others. He was a young white guy. He was just disgusting. I didn't like him. He worked for a company. And thank you for the cool tone. But I think I'm going to add green. He was just a bad person. And I should have known. I kept telling the person who set me on fire, it's like, if you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Mm-hmm. He's definitely on the DL. He always had a guy around. Now, I think part of that was so he could get his drugs, but yeah, I can't prove it, but everybody knew it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it back then, and I convinced myself, like, that's crazy. You start to think you're crazy for real. They tell you you're crazy, and you start thinking, why is he spending so much time with this guy? I mean, this guy's literally picking his clothes. I know, don't laugh at me. My brother laughs at me about that. He was like, sis, straight men don't go shopping and pick each other's clothes. The guy was like, I want to be a stylist. I don't know. It was crazy. Hold on, I got to find something. Here it is. Oh, look at all this stuff I have that I've been collecting PR that I want to show y'all. No, you can't see it. I suspected it though. You could feel it. Your intuition is telling you, but you continue to override your intuition. I put concealer on my eyes as a base. I would do Normally I would do my base. I would do my whole foundation and whole face before I do eyes normally, but I'm trying to find like a new routine that makes me happy because I love the way my skin has healed and it's glowing, and I'm super happy. And when I put foundation on, it doesn't glow like this. So I'm trying to find like, eh. People used to stare even more when I didn't have a nose, but now when they stare, I assume it's just because they're looking how beautiful I am. And I mean that too. When I stomp into the room, everybody know it. Thank you, Red. Let's go. If you would please subscribe. You have to subscribe in order to comment because of all the rude comments I get. And I always feel like I have to explain that. But if you subscribe and double tap the screen, give me a thumbs up. I'm trying to build my algorithm back. I haven't been able to go live very much. I think I've only done it twice over the past 2 months because I haven't been feeling well. Yeah, thank you. So this is Urban Decay's new retractable eyeliner. And it comes in pretty colors. It comes in this melted onyx, which I assume is just black. Or is it brown? It's black. Melted onyx. So I don't need to deal with that very much. This is called, this is burgundy? What is this called? Okay, this is Dirty Martini, which is awesome. And then this is wine spill. And I think that wine spill belongs on this eye right now. I was 45 when I got set on fire. Isn't this pretty? Oh, it's a cream. I thought it's retractable. Let me see if you can put it back. It's retractable. And if I don't use it, I can put it back. So I guess that's what retractable means. We were sitting by the fire when it happened that night. We would always sit out by the fire. And so that's where it started. So it's not like I was just laying in bed and he set me on fire and I thought it was an accident, you know? It was worked into the course of the night. But what actually happened, I went out to reach to put something on the fire. And I reached out to put something on the fire. And he started squirting me. He was mad. We had been arguing for a few weeks. I was upset with him because he had been a jerk a month before while we were renewing our vows. Does that sound crazy? We went to the French Alps to renew our vow. Oh, it's the same color as my hair. No, he didn't push me in the fire. He chased me with the lighter fluid. So I was mad at him for a month and I wasn't forgiving him. Hey, Melinda. He wanted to be forgiven, but normally he would like force me to forgive him pretty quickly. You can't talk about what he did or he'll turn off his phone and disappear. Right? So he was accustomed to bullying me into forgiving him, but he did that disappearing act and left me standing on the streets of Geneva, Switzerland. Geneva, Switzerland. That's where we were. And I was furious. We had just renewed our vows a couple days before. I get home, I'm still mad about it. And the big thing with the narcissist is, listen, go sideways. Even if you don't want to make a wing, go sideways with your liner to give your eye a lift. Do you see how that makes a difference? Like the eye goes down here. But even if you don't make a wing, if you're just doing your regular liner and you flick out to the side, it gives the appearance of a lift, right? Lift. Yeah, he needed the supply. So anyway, we did the vow renewal. I wasn't forgiving him. He's like, why aren't you forgiving me? Literally, he's like, get over it. And you know what he said? Shoot, messed up. You know what he said to me? He was like, I thought things were going to be different now. He's like, we just renewed our vows. I thought things were going to be different now. 2 days after we renewed our vows, you disappeared in and left me standing on the streets of Geneva, Switzerland, and you thought things were going to be different now. They fully expect, they truly believe that the problem is that you make too big a deal out of the bad things they do. Right? I mean, he's defective, okay? He's a nut. Make no mistake, he is unwell. Unwell. Truly believes that kind of stuff. And he got it from his mother. They usually do, but in this case, his mother set a house on fire when she was getting divorced from his father. And that was a traumatic time for him. So he always had this fixation with fire. And now I can see it so clearly. Like how this happens, you know? I mean, I didn't know all this at the time. I didn't know all this until after. But you know, I gotta put clips in my hair or something. It's bothering me too much. Should I put clips so I stop being bothered by how my wig needs to be washed? Should I put clips? No, I should just leave it alone. Um, so I wasn't forgiving him, and we had been arguing all day. And when he came home, he was like, I have channels. This channel is translated into 4 other languages: um, Portuguese, Spanish. I can't remember the language. German, maybe 3 other languages. Um, Man, it's so rough thinking about it. He was so upset that I wasn't forgiving him. I think when I put the lash on, this is going to be really cool with my hair. Because it's the same color. I did not realize it was the same color when I started. I've got to cover up my tattoo though, because it's black. I don't want the black to show. I'm going to put on kind of a simple lash. And it had to be, the fire had to be smothered for me. Yeah, fire had to be smothered. He smothered it. Oh God, what have I done? Hold on a minute. I feel like I'm about to lose my whole thing right now. Oh, good. Okay, it popped back up. I'm using my iPhone 17 that I don't know how to use. I thought the camera was better, but it's not. Um, yeah, so we sat by the fire talking and arguing. And he got home. I know the last text that I sent to him was at 5:47 p.m. and the 911 call was at 8:09. And he chased me, squirting the lighter fluid. Sorry, I'm so stuffy. He chased me, squirting the lighter fluid. And then when I got to the corner of the house, like where the driveway is, I stopped to turn, and I don't know if that was his opportunity because I slowed down or what, but he threw a Zippo lighter at me. And yeah, I wasn't trying to match it. I didn't realize it. It's just a fluke that it matches my hair. Um, this is by Urban Decay. And I'll tag the products after this show. Or you can just look up Urban Decay. I don't know what this is. 24/7 liquid stick, but it's not liquid. Mm. So he threw the lighter, and it was the Zippo that we had just bought while we were in the French Alps renewing our vows, because it was like red with the white cross, the Swiss flag, and then it just goes up in flames. You know, yeah, that olive is pretty, huh? And then it just goes up in flames, and I was a fireball at that point. It was around my head, and I dropped to my knees. And stop, drop, and roll doesn't work when you're soaked in accelerant, you know? So I rolled and it wouldn't go out. And I just gave up in that moment. I was just like, well, I thought this is how I died. I specifically remember that thought. This is how I died. I'm thinking about the olive on the bottom, y'all. If it'll stick, we're going to get in there with a little bit of olive on the bottom. Um, Yeah. I swear my little hoods and folds change so much because it's skin grafts, so it's like an ever changing face. Like I know that didn't used to be that way. Darn it. Take your finger and flick your wing. So I thought this is how I died, and I started to say the Lord's Prayer, and I think that's what saved me. And yeah, there's many different types of fire. Definitely try to stop, drop, and roll, but some fires will require water or being smothered, you know? Yeah, we have to know about this stuff. Because what happens, my whole life I've been told stop, drop, and roll, and I'm rolling, it didn't go up. So I started saying the Lord's Prayer, and and when I got halfway through, I specifically remember just saying, God, is this really how I'm supposed to die? Is this really how I'm supposed to die? I'm 45 years old. I'm laying on my driveway and I'm burning alive. Is this really it for me? Because I just could not see, and that's not how my life ends. You know, that's not that's not how my life ends. And do you know what happened when I said, "Is this how I'm really supposed to die?" The person who just set me on fire said, "I got you, baby. I got you." He's the only person that could have smothered those flames. And he didn't do it because of salvation. He did it because when I ran, I got from the back of the house to the side of the house to the driveway. And so he had to be thinking, I was screaming and I was a huge ball of fire with, flames standing that tall, that tall. He had to think that somebody might see, that one of the neighbors might see and wonder, like, why didn't you put her out? Why didn't you even try? So he put me out. And then I jumped up off the ground with all this adrenaline, even though I had, third and fourth degree burns to the upper 35% of my body, whole face, entire chest, both arms. And I just jumped up and it was like, call 911. Welcome. I can't see everybody's comments, but thank you all my lovely OG subscribers. I know they'll talk you through what I can't see while I'm talking and doing makeup and stuff, but welcome in so much. Definitely please subscribe. You have to do it in order to comment, to keep down on the ugly, rude comments I get, They ruin the vibe. But yeah, so we called 911. And I was still standing up talking when the ambulance got there. Happy birthday, Molly. I was standing up talking when the ambulance got there and they took me. And there's not a lot more I remember after that. My mods are amazing. Yeah. There's not more I remember after that except asking the paramedic if I was going to die. And he said no. And I said, would you tell me that even if you thought? I remember saying that. And he's like, no, I wouldn't tell you. And in the paramedic report, the other thing it says is that he asked me my pain level on a scale of 1 to 10. And I said excruciating. And that's it. From there, I was out with fentanyl and propofol and everything else for 2 months. The medically induced coma saves your life. I don't think you could deal with the pain. I think if you're awake, it would break you mentally as well. I think you would just give up and just decide to die because it's so painful. So they put most of us with severe burns into a coma. And it's usually about 2 months. I don't think it ever exceeds about 3 months for the worst of the worst. But I know that prayer saved my life one way or another. I didn't know what else to do. I mean, what do you do? You know, Gen Z would say you're cooked. Well, I was literally cooked. You're done. Like what's going to happen that's going to save me? He put me out. But then that allowed him to even more act like the hero. It was so sick. While I was in the hospital, he was busy acting like the hero. I've got these little lashes that I really like. that are just like from Amazon. It says Farid. They're kind of like no brand. I'll tag them. I can't tag them on here, but if you subscribe, the whole live will download as soon as we're done, and I'll tag all the products I used in it. And um, you can get exactly these. But these are like a natural lash. And oh, wow. Minnesota, Minnesota Cocoa. Thank you so much. I hope you're safe in Minnesota, Cocoa. I worry about Minnesota now. Thank you so much. A $10 super from Minnesota Cocoa. That is so amazing. That is so kind. Thank you so much. Y'all please thank Coco. Y'all are awesome. Honestly, I haven't been on here for so long, and this does so much for my heart. It reminds me that there's purpose to what happened to me and that it can save somebody else. That's the whole goal. Save somebody else. Maybe that's what I was here for all along. You know? Maybe that was it. Because I feel like life is just beginning. Oh, y'all from Minnesota. Thank y'all. I'm going to put some glue on these lashes, though. And I like to use this Cardani lash glue. You can only buy it on headcovers.com, which is a place where, like, if you have hair loss or cancer, you can find hair replacement systems. And I love their lash glue because it's latex free. It doesn't irritate me and it holds really well. I'll tag it too. I'll tag it on my Shop My link after the show. For everyone who does shop, that's amazing. We do love this community. And when y'all shop, it reminds the brands that we do have an impact on the beauty community and that they do need to advertise with people who look different, you know? Well, after I came out of the coma, I guess that's where I was. After I came out of the coma, I woke up to him right there. So ended up going home with him because he said it was an accident. I didn't really remember a lot. Um, I was just trying to stay alive for a long time. I had to learn to walk and talk and swallow. I couldn't eat food. I didn't have a drop of water or a bite of food for 8 months. I have a feeding tube. Y'all can see where it was. Y'all see my feeding tube? Everybody keeps telling me it looks like a belly button. How does that look like a belly button? Belly buttons are over here. There's no way that looks like a belly button, right? That's the feeding tube that went right into my stomach. It stayed there for a long time and I had a tracheotomy. And so I spent the rest of my time really focusing on healing. And it wasn't until I started doing live streams and telling my story every day that I started to remember and accept the memories. And fortunately, I was in therapy. And thank you. I love the red hair. Fortunately, I was in therapy at the time. And once I got the nerve up, I asked my therapist, like, is this possible? And she was like, yeah, because I think she was one of the many people who realized he was not a good guy, you know? It doesn't look like a belly button, does it? I'm real self conscious of it, but I'll get over it. I'll get over it eventually. Dang it, what is wrong with my chair? Y'all forgive me. I'm having all sorts of problems here. There's a rug underneath me I'm struggling with. I'm not going to roll back again. Yeah, burns are painful. But you know what's more painful than a burn? Having a third-degree burn that needs to be debrided, which means it has to be scraped away. Um, there is nothing like that. What am I going to do? What is my new signature look? This Urban Decay liner is nice. It was very creamy, went on great. I don't know if the green on the bottom is going to work. I'm going to put a little bit of concealer. I have all this redness and kind of on my lower lid, and it's because the inside of my eye is turned out. Keep in mind, my whole face was reconstructed. Everything except the only thing original is my bottom lip. My top lip isn't even a lip. You know, my eyelids came from my belly. They looked really fat. Skin grafts, yeah, it's the debridement, it's the scraping of the skin. It turns black when you have a third or fourth degree burn. Third degree or above is going to require new skin. It can't stay, it can't heal. It's completely destroyed. And it'll be infected if you leave it. So the nurses come in every day and they scrape away the skin. And that was so painful that I felt it through the coma. There was one dream that I would have because I didn't know I was in a hospital bed in a coma, right? But there was one dream I kept having that somebody was chasing me to hurt my chest, and I would run and hide from that person in my mind. Okay. I mean, remember, I'm in a coma. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't remember anything, but I would run and hide. I would run down these stairs in my mind that were black, and at the bottom was this pitch black room. And when I got there, I would get down on the floor like a tornado drill, like you get down and on your knees and cover your head. That's what I did in my coma in my mind. That was my reality, though. You know, thanks, Red. Let's go. I've got some concealer. I'm just kind of playing with this whole thing. Now I'm putting it on my under eye. I don't know how heavy I want to go because I do like want a smooth under eye, but I want everything else just to be glowy. And I don't mind this color difference. I feel like that's what makes me different. You know, I mean, rather than try to cover it up, why not lean into it, right? Lean into the difference. Isn't that the way it works for models? I'm a model now. Yeah. So I would hide from that debridement, and I later learned that's what it was because of a journal that had been kept. And when I read it about them scraping the skin away, and it said your blood pressure went up when they're scraping the skin, which means you're in pain. If your blood pressure goes up while you're in the coma, that means you need more pain medicine. If your heart rate goes up, that means you need anxiety medicine. That's how they know. That's how they know. Thank you, Red. That's how they know when you need medicine in a coma or more, or when you're hurting. So I would just run in my mind, and waking up from that, I would hear people in the hospital screaming. I didn't know why, but it was debridement, you know? Right, I'm on the cover. I don't know the magazine, to be honest, but it's still the cover. No need to belittle, to downplay our accomplishments. These brows are so light. Y'all know I'm out of brows. And these are press-on nails by Lily Nails. So I'm out of brows, and I only had this light color. So I've been using this brow um, gel, whatever you call it, on my eyebrow wigs to darken them up. And remember, this is by Guide Beauty, which is an inclusive brand for people. It makes it easier for you to hold the um, the instrument. And Guide Beauty makes eyeshadow brushes. This eyeliner, I always get it on my face right there. And even an eyeliner that works well for people. I think the founder either has Parkinson's or something similar. So the brows, here's the problem. I buy Lashy brows for the last several years, but they have been out of stock forever, literally like for a year. So I'm down to my like scraps that I have laying around. But Bliss and Beyond sent me some. Um, these are really beautiful brows, but historically they've been too small for my face. Guide Beauty, Guide. Let me see if I can tag that. Thank you. I'm going to see if I can tag the guide beauty for everyone who needs this inclusive tool. Anyway, Bliss and Beyond is a place where you can find brows if you're looking for them. Bliss and Beyond. But I just contacted a business consultant the other day to see if there would be any interest in investors to start my own brow company. Right? We're not playing, but I'm not going to speak any more about that. Some things you need to keep to yourself. It's just for all of y'all who are looking for stuff. It's going to be coming. All of us girls with differences or people with differences are starting to make companies. I just tagged some products for you by Guide Beauty. They have an eyeliner that's so easy to use. It's just like this. I'll show it to you in a minute. You're not going to understand. It's like a silicone tip that makes it easy to put on liner even if your hand is shaky. And with these, you can, use it any way. You can hold your brush any way you want to. You see the way I'm steadying my hand? If you needed to do that, if you have difficulty, if you have any shakiness, I have issues with dexterity. If you're trying to cover the scars, use a silicone base like e.l.f. putty primer, like a putty base. If you're trying to smooth the texture, that's the best. Like putty primer, you put it on, let it dry before you start putting on the foundation. I'm glad to be back. I've been off for 2 months trying to recover from a surgery that I thought I was going to recover from in like 2 weeks, which is crazy. Never make plans. Best way to make God laugh is to tell him your plans. Huh. I love makeup. Nobody needs makeup. I love makeup. It's pretty and girly, and I love it. I think the first steps from recovering from narcissistic abuse is to go no contact. Okay? Oh, aren't the products down there? Do you see anything below the live or no? I thought that the products were floating below the live. Maybe not. Maybe I need to pin it. Oh, here we go. Maybe I clicked pin. Do y'all see it now? I don't know what it looks like, but hopefully the products are right there. If you don't see them right now, wait for the live to end and it will definitely appear below the video. I would have to look at this to understand what it looks like from your side. But in my mind, it's supposed to be right below the video. Okay, wait. Before we talk more, I want to show the Bliss and Beyond brows. They're different shape. Like, I love the way these are shaped like these, but these are different. And I got the dark brown and they're this light. So the color I just used was medium brown that I bought like ages ago. And I had to put brow gel on it. So this is the dark brown by Bliss and Beyond. They're beautiful brows. They're human hair. And this one is called Miami, and it's the biggest one they have. Because my face is big, so they sent me this one, and it's going to be pretty. And I'll still put my gel on it. No contact, no contact, and no contact. Get away from them. Go to therapy. More importantly, go to a support group and talk to other, yeah, these are eyebrow wigs. Talk to other survivors. Talk to other people. Therapy is great and you need it. Oh, it's in the corner? Oh, I don't know where it is. Oh, thank y'all. I got to see what it looks like. I tagged all the Guide Beauty that I saw in the YouTube shop. But if not, just look at Guide Beauty or look at my Shop My page. I have a link in my bio that'll link you to it because it's a great product. You know I have ADHD. I want to show y'all the eyeliner since y'all are interested in it. So, no contact therapy support group, individual therapy, individual therapist, but they need to be trauma informed. That therapist needs to have worked. What is the yellow box? What's the yellow box, y'all? Tell me, I'm going to do something, then you tell me if the yellow box goes away. No. What is this? No, I don't. Lord have mercy. No, don't pin. Don't pin. Tell me if the yellow box goes away. That's the only thing I know to do. I told it not. Well, then, oh, okay, then I'm putting it back the way it was. Somebody's messing with me, aren't you? Somebody's messing with me. Hopefully, they're still pinned up there. This, yeah, trauma informed. They need to have worked with survivors because regular therapists will give you bad advice. Look, now this looks crazy, but it's super soft, right? Super soft. And this is amazing. I've already got my liner on and I need to put my lashes on, but instead I'm gonna sit around here messing with this. Sorry. And you have the liner. I like brown. And you would put it in here, just drag it through. And you have so many different ways to hold this. But the biggest thing to notice is that it's long enough that I can steady it on my don't do that. I can steady it on my face and just put it on. So you could do like this, and you're gonna make okay, let me show you how to make a straight line. You can just lightly do it, and you're gonna get a good line. And you've got this amazing way to hold this product. And if you can't hold it that way, you can simply hold it this way. It gives you options. Eyeliner is super hard for people with Parkinson's or any sort of movement disorder. Super hard. And just even if you don't have it, as getting older, I'm 52. Things are different. I want to do EMDR very much. I'm starting with a new therapist next week. I haven't been in therapy in a long time. I've been in more support groups, and yeah, definitely check them out. I've been in more support groups and such because my therapist quit. That's the only reason I didn't quit therapy, but I just got tired. It felt exhausting to have to tell somebody else the story because I had gone through so many therapists and I just didn't feel like starting over, you know? So I'm starting with a new therapist and I really want EMDR very, very much. But I don't think she does that. But maybe she can refer me. This is a lady who has been kind enough to donate her services to Face Forward International, which is the organization that reconstructed my nose. Okay, I let my glue get too dry. Hey, everybody. Support group. Yeah, support groups are amazing. I'm going to put a little bit more glue on this. If you let your lashes get too dry, that's a big hair. Put a little more glue on it, just a tad. Do you see it takes minutes for your glue to get tacky before your lashes are ready to put on? Don't put on glue and then try to stick it to your eye. That's why you can't do lashes. For all the people who say, I can't do it, I can't put them on, just wait for the glue. And Lily Lashes has some really nice self-adhesive. Oh, the support group should be free. Here, I had a domestic violence organization. The Partnership Against Domestic Violence in Atlanta has a support group, you know? There should be. I wouldn't pay for a support group, just a group of women together. Yeah, don't put the glue on and go, "Oh, it didn't work." Y'all can do it. So we put the glue on, and I put just a little bit of concealer under my eye today, but I think I am gonna put more. I think I want to conceal my under eye. I think I want that to be my look. Conceal my under eye, and then I'm gonna use the Do It All. This is foundation balm. It's very sheer and glowy, and that's gonna be my final look. 'Cause I'm just so over what other people are doing with their makeup. I don't care. I am finally old enough that I do not care what the trend is. I don't care. This is concealer. And the foundation, I just let it glow. The thing that I don't like about the IT Cosmetics foundation balm is that they don't make it in a cool tone. And so they sent it to me and they're like, "No, our our, you know, our chemist or whatever designed it." Yeah, the I Do Not Care Club designed it to work over different, uh, don't move the rug, Grady, and put it over, different skin tone or different undertones that it'll work across that. So it works pretty well, but it's not my dream, It's not my dream match. I actually have this one, and then see, it's too warm for me, and then I have they sent me one in cool, but it's too dark. Or is this cool? Oh, this is neutral. So all they had was warm and neutral. You can see Grady before the end. I don't know, he went around the corner or something. He was trying to move the rug. So, oh, I need to put my lashes on. The glue dries faster the second time around. The only trouble I'm having is being 52 years old and I can't remember to actually stick them to my face. Can't remember what I'm doing. I can't find my regular flat iron. I put it somewhere safe and now I have no idea where it is. Do you see how an eyelash sticks when the glue is tacky? It literally just suctioned to my face, and now I'm going to make sure it's adjusted. It'd be even easier for y'all. You just put it on top of your natural lash. You see how stuck that is? No, I didn't use any foundation. No, I wouldn't use foundation before concealer. The fewer layers of product, the better. Now, you can put if you do your foundation first, I leave the under eye open to only concealer. Yeah, it just popped on, right? That's how easy it is if you let the glue get tacky. Let the glue get tacky. Lashes are easy. Make sure your tweezers, I just use like setting spray. I need to have a water bottle, so I stop wasting setting spray. Make sure your tweezers are wet so they don't stick. It'll pull it right back off. And make sure you don't get hair in it. That's what I always do. Look. Oh, it's stuck. Now you can adjust it, right? Adjust it before it's dry. Use the other end to tap on the band, not the lash. Don't squish the lashes. Tap on the band and push it down. This hair is driving me nuts. Tap it down. Oh, is it Kylie? Thank you for gifting the memberships. Look, guys, you're getting gifted memberships. You look at you. If your name is green, you got gifted a membership. Kay Peters, that's awesome. Renee, that's awesome. It just does it randomly. Thank you so much, Kylie. I appreciate it so much. My goal, y'all. I want to start doing the Burn Beauty show again, which is bringing on other survivors that want to tell their story or talk, you know, and reach 1 million subscribers. I want people to see, just because we look different or something happened to us doesn't mean we can't succeed. And we can succeed at anything. If it's beauty, right? If it's whatever it is, because I love, I know my purpose is to help other people. You won! My purpose is to help other people, but I love doing makeup. So I'm trying to remind myself that I love reviewing makeup and putting on makeup. I always have. Before this happened, that would have been my dream. Micellar water. I like micellar water is the best product to remove anything. But you might start with there's oils, makeup remover oil. The Face Shop makes one that will just melt everything on your face. And you start with the oil, double cleanse, start with the oil. It'll literally just melt everything off, and then cleanse with a foam cleanser. Whatever you got on is coming off. I can guarantee you that. Thank you for the compliments. I'm not even doing a lot of makeup. I've just been sitting here talking. My eyes bother me sometimes because they're not the right shape. Oh, you can do it, Stephanie. You can do it. We'll do more a tutorial on that. I love that because I'm in the domestic violence and healing and education space is what I consider it, trying to keep other people from suffering my fate or from suffering with the narcissist at all. But I'm also in the space where people who look like me don't get to be models, don't get to be beauty influencers, don't get to be the leading lady in anything. And I think that needs to change, you know? It definitely needs to change because other countries have got it. Imagine that. It's the United States that's behind on this whole thing, that's not getting the fact that just regular, everyday people are beautiful and people with differences are beautiful. What are y'all up to? Where are y'all going? I've got my liner and I'm just filling in my corners because I don't have any lashes and it looks so weird to me that there's nothing there. And I'm going to tight line in a minute. What is it? Oh, you used to enjoy makeup and you don't anymore? Well, let me tell you what happened. When this happened to me, I loved makeup since I was a little girl, right? And after I got home from the hospital, I did not have a face. Thanks, Melissa. I didn't have a face. And when I say that, I mean my eyes didn't close, my mouth didn't close. This is just a Call by Swede Cosmetics. I'm kind of tight lining. For you, when you tight line, you go in between your lashes to make sure there's no skin showing. For me, I don't have lashes, so I'm just going right underneath it carefully. Carefully. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Holy is his name. That's amazing. Thank you for sending a gift membership. I love y'all. But so yeah, I think we need to be able to operate in different spaces. And I love the makeup my whole life. When I get home, I don't have a face. I felt discouraged, for sure. And I felt like, what's the point of makeup? My eyes don't close. I don't have nostrils. My mouth is hanging down. But it's makeup that saved me. Because once I started healing and I learned to wear wigs because my head had been shaved. It's not burned. I have hair. Fortunately, because I had extensions in and cornrows. That's the only reason my scalp isn't burned. Um, but once I started wearing wigs again, and I really felt like I love makeup. I was like, I just want to do my makeup. And it's how I think. It's how I process information. It always has been. You know, I'll sit and do my makeup for nothing. It's like drawing for me. And I used to do that as well, drawing or writing or makeup. And when I started doing it again, that's when I got up the courage to, yeah, I'm not even going to do the grain on the bottom now. I'm going to do a highlight on the bottom. Then we're going to pick up with like blush or something. Cool tone blush, I think. We do love this supportive community. I've missed y'all so much. Oh my God. Fenty, I don't know what it's called. It's the fine lines, and it's like the under eye highlighter, except it comes in different shades. You can pick the shade that's right for you. Because some of those under eye, those standard like Tarte, um, that under, what is it called? The under eye brightener, whatever it's called. It looks crazy on me. It's way too bright, way too light. This looks crazy. Fenty makes it in different shades, and you can go with your skin tone so you can look bright. Hey, Annabeth. So you can brighten it without it looking crazy. I don't need it to look like I brighten my under eye. I don't need to see the line. Not for my purposes, but I just need it to brighten up. I want to look awake. So anyway, my friend, doing my makeup, I got the courage to tell my Facebook friends about what happened. And I think I made a post like I'm burned. This is my new normal. And I posted a picture of myself, right? Well, I wonder if I should use primer with this. I don't think this needs primer. And I'm gonna mix the two shades together to see if I can get a better match on this. So anyway, I posted the picture. People had questions, and I wasn't going to answer all the questions individually, right? So I said, okay, I'll make a video explaining it. And I think I'd been watching like TLC a lot, like 90 Day Fiance at the time. So I was like, oh, no, I don't have a cream on already. So I thought, I'm going to get like a ring light and I'm going to get a ring light and make a video. But I didn't know how to make a video. Okay, I'd never made a video in my life. I didn't know anything about social media. I'd only used it a little bit when I was a realtor, right? Trying to build business. So mixing it up to see if this works. It looks, I don't know, it's suspect. When you mix colors, I mean, really mix them. So I made the video on YouTube. I don't know if that was the only way I knew to record it or upload it. I don't know why I made it here on YouTube, right? It's like, and I made it here, and then I learned how to post it like to the Facebook. Every once in a while you catch my age because I posted it to the Facebook. And I didn't know other people could see it. I thought only the people I knew would be able to see it. But I started getting messages from people like y'all. They were like, oh my gosh, I'm a burn survivor. I love your makeup. I love your hair. Oh no, I have acne. I love your makeup. I love that you're doing your makeup. And that was my eureka moment. You know, I think I was 47 years old at the time, and I'd always been working my whole life, but I wanted to leave a legacy in my life. I don't know how to explain that, but I had just been, not just, but I had been a wife and a mother, and I really hadn't explored what I wanted to do in life individually. And I was never going to be able to do that with the narcissist around, right? So, yeah, all right. Cliff note. That was a lot of work to try to make an undertone. Okay, it's not bad. Trying to neutralize the warm undertone without it being too dark. Isn't that pretty? Okay, wait, before I finish my story, this is the IT Cosmetics Do It All Sheer Tint Face Balm. and I love it. It is very sheer. If you're looking for full coverage or buildable coverage, this is not it. You can get their CC cream or their nude glow cream or something. This is not the heavy coverage, but if you want like dewy, for me, like everyday coverage, and it's like it says it's 92% skincare. So it's something you can wear just for the sake of wearing it, like make it part of your skincare routine. Still way too warm. See, that's where it got too warm. God, that's what bugs me. They're gaslighting me. I'll get back to my story in a minute, but they are gaslighting me into saying that this undertone works for cool. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It Cosmetics, I'm telling you, you need to make a cool tone for medium dark people like me because this is too warm. I'm going to have to powder it or do something. Anyway. And see, I'm not trying to like fix the color differences. I'm just kind of wearing them now. This is the way I like to look. We're going to have to do something with the under eye and something here. Thank you. Love the watch. It's my Apple Watch. Just a cheap $13 band off Amazon. So making that video and having that eureka moment that I could reach out to people, and all I would do is just do my makeup every day at home, which I was doing for myself. And then I would take a picture and then I would write my thoughts for the day. And I made sure I got a post up every day onto IG. If I didn't get a post up, then I would be full of anxiety. And that meant I was getting up and doing my makeup every day. I was getting up and straightening my hair every day. I was getting up and putting on my crown every day instead of just laying around. I don't have any blue. I don't know where my blue pigment is. I can't find anything. It definitely needs blue pigment, but it's making me upset because it's such a sheer coverage that there's no way I need to be in here having to adjust the undertone when they could just simply make the undertone. I mean, why is it left out? They'll add it. I guarantee you they'll add it soon because I've been writing them about it. And they have it in every other product except this one. And they're like, oh, it goes across skin tones. No, I look orange. So it does not go across skin tones. And it Cosmetics, I'm mad at you. I'm not being gaslit anymore. I can see with my eyes that it needs blue. Anyway, we'll put some powder on it. Whatever. I'm not going anywhere. Um, doing that really changed everything. It changed my life. Not only did it help me heal and help me connect and build these platforms that I have right now, but if I didn't have these platforms right now, I don't know what I would be doing because I'm technically disabled. I have trouble sitting still. Y'all see it. I get very uncomfortable. It hurts. Um, so sitting at a desk for 8 hours is not going to happen. I have the attention span of like an Oreo cookie right now. I can't. I have memory. My short-term memory was affected overall by the coma. It definitely affected that. I have my old memories, but you know, if you tell me something right now, I'll forget it pretty quickly. So, if I didn't have these platforms, I wouldn't have any hope of being anything, of having any legacy. I just got divorced. It took all that time to get divorced from him. And what do I get? Like alimony that not enough to live on. And I guarantee you, he's not going to make it long enough to even pay it. I mean, where's my alimony today? I need to pay the rent. I don't even know. Uh, I mean, it's frustrating. Yeah, I can't depend on somebody else. So you've got to be able to take care of yourself. That's the moral of the story. And if I didn't have these platforms, I wouldn't have any hope. I do this and I do it as, doing makeup and tutorials and people buy the products, and you have to have that so you get brand sponsorships. That's the only way to survive. So I'm so grateful that it happened. If it had to happen anyway, this is the way it needed to happen. It gives me hope, and I've got a lot of opportunities that have been coming up. Hopefully, I'm going to get that Netflix original I want. I want it, and I think it's coming. I think it's coming. It'll be a long time, but I think it's coming. Actually, no, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I'm going to use some. I wish I had that new blue powder by Huda. I'm sure they'll send it. I saw it. It's a cool tone blue. I wish I had that already. I'm sure it's coming in the mail. Yeah, tenacity is key. Oh, yeah, I remember I did this live. I'm just saying, like details, like I don't know where my flat iron is, things like that. Big, I mean, it's not that I'm losing, like I'm an amnesiac or anything. It's not like that. Do you think the purple will work? Do you think that'll work? Exactly. You guys inspire me. And I think that's the whole point of life. You get back what you give. You get back what you put out into the world. Whatever you broadcast, you will receive. So it's very important to be positive. I was not going to powder this, but the color is bothering me so much that now I'm powdering my glow down, but whatever. And I'm using lilac. Or no, it's not called lilac. Ube. This is ube. So yeah, if I'm going to work, I thought I was going to retire at 50. I worked very hard my whole life. We had the business, and I thought I was going to retire at 50 and travel the world. That was our plan, right? Well, that's not happening. So the next best thing from that is that if I work hard and I do public speaking and I keep doing makeup and brand, I want to change. I want to leave that legacy. I want it to be that brands, makeup brands, beauty brands understand that someone like me can represent them, or someone like you, someone like anyone. It doesn't have to be the classically normative beauty influencer look. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be that in order to engage people. It's makeup. Show it to me on what it, on what it looks like on me. Yeah, I put the lilac because it was the coolest one I had, just to tone it down, but I lost my glow. I'll put it back. Um, I think next time I'm not even going to mix them, because it actually works better for me just when I use the cool tone. I mean the warm medium dark tone looks better. And put it on very sheerly, just enough to give that extra glow. But the ube powder to the rescue. And she made a blue powder for it. Oh my gosh, somebody, Kylie, you give so much. Thank you. Look at Kylie. You see it? Thanks, Tanya, and everyone for being here and being a safe place for vulnerable people. I found it so hard just to share my loss of Maxie Dog, but feel better I did. I can't imagine how hard it is for Tanya to share her life, or any of you. I'm glad you shared about Maxie Dog. You got to speak about Maxie and the things you love so other people think of him too. Our pets break our hearts. Yes, there's a blue powder coming out. I saw, look, there went the tear that I was trying to. Oh, I need setting spray. Oh, setting spray. Oh, um, Bare Minerals, and I hope it doesn't blast me. I saw a reel yesterday with Huda, and she had an icy blue cool tone powder. Something that's going to be so pretty if you bake with it. I'm not a I don't bake because obviously it would just create havoc on my under eye. I do bake like my blush and such, but um, it'll be so pretty with like a cool tone pink blush. It'll come. They always send me the PR, but I usually see the ad for it before I get my PR, which means I'm like on the bottom of the PR list because the other beauty influencers already have it made. I don't care as long as I get it. And I think she's including the new bag, the big pink makeup bag. Um, like the full size version of that bag. Shoot. That was my tortoise. He's my spirit animal. The full size version of this bag. Oh, Fina, thank you. Isis. I love that. Thank you for the laughing disco. Apparently, people have been asking for the full size version of this bag. This one, I am just crying like a baby. Hey, Rachel, I'm talking through it, but my eyes are like, my body betrays me. My eyes are just like, cry, baby. So, like the big version of the pink, I think, is coming out. The big version of the pink. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about Bella. Oh my gosh. Our babies. I love my baby. And my baby is turning 7 this year, and I'm so panicked about that because he's a big dog. Mhm. I'm a very blessed burn person. I have had a lot of just angels come to help me, like um, Allies of Skin contacted me a couple of years ago, and they're the skincare brand I love. And again, they are expensive. They're expensive because they work and of, they're just ahead of the game. They are making stuff years before other companies are coming out with it. And they sent me their copper tripeptides, which is great for burn survivors. It helps restore the skin barrier, great for burn survivors, great for menopause, where that skin barrier starts to get thin. Um, I didn't know anything about copper tripeptides until they came along and gifted it to me. And then I learned about the company. I love the company. I love the founder. I love his purpose. Um, I love how inclusive he is in his advertising. I just love him, right? His name is Nick Travis. So that really started my healing journey with my skin. And then I got like, people would send me like a red light mask. And the first one I got wasn't very strong, but it really helped. You got to be careful with red light because um, it might make your skin worse. You need to be careful. You need to check. You need to talk before you read the instructions and check with the dermatologist before you go putting it on, okay? It can, I wonder if this is too light. I think that's too light. So, why not? I use the ube powder. No, I'm just going to use it because I'm going to use a powder on top. I'm just trying to go cool. Wait a minute. What were we saying about Sophia? If you're in danger, if you're with a narcissist, if you feel uncomfortable, you need to reach out to, you need to get help. You will find it very difficult to understand the mind of a narcissist. I would have never thought that man would set me on fire. I would have never thought. And I was with him for 15 years, you know? Yeah, I'm 52, going on 53. So you don't need to understand it. You don't need to know why he does it that way. You'll come to that understanding later. You just need to know that you have to stay away from him. I know this is really cool, but just I don't care. Really light. I just wanted to see. I've never used it. This is Huda. I don't know what it's called. Bubblegum, maybe. No, I don't know what it says. Why am I? Oh, bubblegum. It is bubblegum, right? Bubblegum. Um, you don't need to understand them. They won't make sense to a normal mind because they're evil. You know, you just need to understand what you need to do next, like the next move you need to make. And he does not need to know where you are. It is very important. It is very, very important that he can't find you. I'm in Los Angeles, but I don't ever say exactly where. And I post like after I go to events because obviously it's so light you can hardly see it, but it's cool. I post after the events I go to because I know he could show up one day, you know? I thought I answered in a bit. I got set on fire by my husband. There's videos about it. I've started running it too many times today. I've said it too many times today for people in the room. But I was with a narcissist for 15 years, and he set me on fire on purpose. Thought it was an accident. I believed it was an accident, but it wasn't. We had been sitting by a fire pit, so it wasn't an accident. So it's very, very dangerous. And I want Sophia, who is with the narcissist, she's in the crowd right now, to know that she has to just stay away. And it doesn't bother me to talk about it because it's for a purpose. If it was just like walking down the street, I would be annoyed. But if it's giving somebody like Sophia the information she needs to get away before she gets hurt, I don't mind. You know, I don't mind talking about it. The only way this makes sense to me is that I use it to help other people. And it's the legacy. I wanted a legacy. He tracked her down in a shelter. Yeah, because there's probably only so many shelters. And he knew you didn't have any money to go anywhere else. You're going to have to go somewhere unexpected. You know, you need to go somewhere, go to a different town, go to a different city. I had to leave Georgia before I could speak about this publicly. Everyone told me that if I started speaking about it on my platform, because I knew a couple of years ago and only started talking about it like last year or somewhere in that area, but they're like, he will come for you, he will kill you. And I was trying to get relocated by the domestic violence organization. In the US, some of the domestic violence organizations can relocate you if you're over 50 years old and you're permanently disabled from the abuse, right? So I was waiting for that to happen, but then this miracle happened that brought me to Los Angeles instead. You know, Face Forward International found me and I got out. But that was the only time I felt safe talking about it. Yeah, flying monkeys. If he's not just, you can't tell people where you are. You cannot tell people where you are. There are people that are going to believe him. They are your friends. Some of them are your family. And he will contact them and say, God, I'm worried about her. I'm just worried she's going to hurt herself. She's not thinking right. She's not thinking right. Because they're always going to tell you that you're crazy. You're always going to be bipolar. He told the hospital that. I was laying in a coma. He told them I'm bipolar. They were like, okay, put in the chart. So, anyway, it's ridiculous. So, they're so convincing. Yeah, if you traveled out of the country and he tracked you down, he's either tracking your phone or who did you tell about where you were going? You need to look at them because he's not, he's not magical. Somebody told him, don't tell anyone. I mean, I only people that knew I were coming here was my friend who flew to Atlanta to help me drive to California. She knew where I was going, and a couple of other friends helped me pack up to go. I'm picking the coolest tones I can because I don't like how warm my blush is. And those people are going to think they're helping you because, oh, I've been really worried about her for a long time. She doesn't have her mind about her. She's really concerned she's going to hurt herself, whatever. Cut my clothes off with it. I believe you. If y'all want to tell your stories, by the way, I'm starting to do the Burn Beauty Show again. So check my page, the Burn, so stuffy, Burned Beauty Show at gmail.com. If you're interested in recording, I like sitting down and interviewing people and just giving them a platform to tell their story. But yeah, family's involved. You can't tell your family where you're going if they're telling him. They will get you killed, and then and they're not going to know that they were wrong until it's too late. You know, they're going to regret it, but then you're done. Oh, if you didn't tell anyone, then is he tracking your phone? Is there an if you have a car or whatever, I don't know how you're traveling, is there an air tag on it? You know, what is happening? He is tracking you somehow. Let me tell y'all a story. After the way I ended up coming to LA was an organization found me called Face Forward International, and they do reconstructive surgery for survivors of domestic violence and human trafficking. Um, I didn't even contour. They help people. But in May of 2024, this guy, my ex, started an argument, and because he was mad that I didn't care, it was the anniversary of the day we met, and he had been outside the house, and I tried to shut the door really fast to keep him from coming in, and I caught Grady's tail in the door. I didn't slam it, thank God. And his tail wasn't broken, but I freaked out. And Grady is my dog. He's my chocolate lab. And I was just panicking. I was sobbing. I called the vet because I saw blood on his tail and I thought it was broken. I was feeling terrible. And he gets in between me and Grady when I'm trying to get him to rush to the vet. He's like, "You see that? You're crazy. Even the dog is afraid of you. Even your dog, even Grady is afraid." I mean, he's just evil. He's 6'4", and he's standing down in my face, and like you can imagine it, like ah. So I pushed him out of the way. And but of course he was recording. I didn't even know. They're idiots. They provoke and record and think that is actual proof. Now nobody believed him, but I got arrested because they had the video of it. But the officers helped me do everything to get processed quickly, and I got out on a signature bond, right? Well, that was the biggest blessing for me. Even though I was, mad about it, he tried to file a restraining order against me. And that was beautiful because that opened me up to be able to file against him. I was able to answer and counterclaim to file against him. And the ladies at the courthouse helped me because they work with the Partnership Against Domestic Violence, who I had already contacted. So when he calls up, he's telling them that I've been abusing him. That's what he's been telling everybody, that I've been abusing him for all these years. Like, because I call him names. He feel after I remembered what happened, and it became clear that he knew I remembered. It was very dangerous. I shouldn't have stayed. But I was walking around the house calling him everything except a child of God. And he'll record it. It's reactive abuse. I mean, I had some choice words, some choice names for him. He's recording that and telling people that he's the one that's been abused. And he hopes I get help, blah, blah, blah. Well, they helped me. They knew what was really going on. They helped me. Um, Thank you. We love kitties. They helped me file the restraining order, and they helped me get alimony, which I needed at the time. I was in this big, expensive house. Social media is not, you're not making as much money as you think, especially when you're me. I'm not getting all the big brand deals because I look different, right? I'm working on it, but it's not there, just the way it is. Um, So I was just like struggling. The alimony helped, but it also got him out of the house for the first time in all those years. He was out of the house. So I didn't feel safe because he knew exactly where I was, you know? Exactly. I didn't feel safe because he knew where I was. I was praying for a way out. But while I was in the house, I think he had it bugged. I think while I was at the jail, he planted some kind of listening devices in the house. And I think that because he knew he was going to leave, right? He was offering, oh, let her come home. I'll leave. Because he wanted to know exactly where I was, keep his thumb on me. Because he really thought I should, oh, thank you, really thought I should forgive him. Even when he realized that I knew he set me on fire, he thought I should forgive him because he only did it because he was angry. I'm not making that shit up. I'm not making that up. You know, not making that up. So I was in the house. I was scared. I thought he was going to come and set the house on fire in the middle of the night. I wouldn't sleep upstairs for like weeks, even though I hadn't slept in a bed. At that point, I hadn't slept in a bed every night for years because when I remembered what happened, I started sleeping downstairs on a recliner. And I wouldn't even sleep in a spare bedroom because I wanted to hear him coming. Um, Crazy thing to say, but I couldn't go to a shelter because Grady couldn't go and I wouldn't leave him. They said he'd have to go to a kennel. Exactly. So one day I was talking to a caseworker, right? This is just some ColourPop bronzer. I was talking to a caseworker with the domestic violence. Don't make yourself a beard like I just did. Go under the jaw to contour and make like a shadow. Trying to make me a regular little line there. So I was talking to a caseworker and I was like, yeah, I was like, look, this rent is expensive here. Um, I'm barely making it, right? I need to, get relocated. If I can get in that program, I really need it. And I made the statement, I barely had money for groceries last month. I said something like that. No, it wasn't I was starving. I had stuff in the freezer. It's just not stuff I wanted to eat. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was bad. You like that eye makeup? I think it worked out cool. I'm putting the bronzer all around just to make things a little warmer. So when I said that, oh, that's too much. When I said that, an hour later, I got a DoorDash notification. Donald Meisenbach has sent you a gift, and it was groceries. It was repeating my grocery order from like a week or two before. Like you could go in, order again, and he sent me groceries. How did he know? Thank you, Gordy. How did he know that I needed groceries? Well, because he's listening to everything. And one of my friends came over, and even before I mentioned it to her, she was like, I don't want to talk in here. Let's go to the park. Let's go outside or something. Right? Thank you for subscribing. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all all. Thank you for all the gifts and stuff. Gotta do something here. That's my lace. But yeah, he knew that. And there was another occasion that I made some comment, and I can't remember what happened. Oh no, I was like, I'm just not feeling good today. And I get a text, what's wrong? You okay? Or no, like, you're okay today? Like, what kind of psychopath are you? Why don't you just go away? Yes, welcome to Carol. Like, just go away. Just go away. So I guarantee your stuff is bugged. Right, your phone is hacked. Your social media is hacked. He's tracking you. If you have a Snapchat, delete it. Nobody needs Snapchat. Take it off your phone. um, yeah, he's following you. And if he's that crazy to follow you, if he's that type of narcissist where it's that extreme, he will hurt you. I mean, he's unwell. He does not love you. He hates you. He wants to destroy you. Yeah, he ain't psychic. He ain't psychic. Either somebody's telling him, and you said you're not telling anybody, or he's watching you 24/7 and he literally saw where you went. Any of those are possible. These guys, the thing to understand about narcissists is that they don't love you, they hate you very, very much. You know, they hate you. They get with you because you make them feel better about who they are, right? I guarantee you mine is watching right now. He's listening. Say hello to Donald. You can't, I mean, hello. You're in here somewhere. We know that. You're never going to know exactly where I am. And if you find me, it's going to be a bad day for you, you know? Not going to work out. Tracking. No, he ain't tracking it. No, he can't track your phone. If the guy's tracking, but mine, I guarantee he's in this live watching, acting like a victim because he's a nut. Yeah, those air tags are great. I have a lot of angels. I have a lot of angels. I am very fortunate to be here. And it would take a lot for anybody to take me out at this point. Right. He had a bunch of fake TikToks and he had subscribed to my TikTok. This is when I was doing a lot of TikTok. He had subscribed to it. And so he could get into my Discord server. And I found like 10 different accounts that were definitely him because they were all linked to each other. Like they all followed each other, you know? And so I wonder if I should go across my nose. Why not? Yeah, okay. When you go across your nose, it doesn't need to be a lot, okay? Stop with the big smears. It can be just that. Just that. Stop right here. Right there. You don't need a lot. Let me see. So they want to end you. They get with you and you give them what they call supply. You make them feel like a better person. They are a good person by association with you. You do good things. You show up a certain way in the world, and that makes them look good because they're right there with you. But eventually they start to get jealous of that because they're like, okay, I'm never going to be like that. Right? Love you back, Red. Yeah, sister from another mother. Yeah, he wasn't questioned at all. He walked away after 10 minutes. Case closed in, I think it was 8 hours. I have to check. I think it was only 8 hours that they closed the case. So no investigation at all. I'm wearing more makeup than I wanted to. I wanted it to stay glowy, but it all went sideways when I mixed up my little foundation balm. So I'm wearing more than I really wanted to wear. I'm just not into it. Yeah, they realize they can't be you, and people give you attention and recognize you for things. And for me, I like getting like certifications. I like learning. I like growing. And thank you. I like learning and growing. And I would like, I became a life coach after I was burned. That bothered him. He looked it up and told me that life coaching was a scam. I didn't even do it. I wasn't trying to like sell it to people. It's just that I was talking to a lot of people online and I wanted to make sure that I left people better than I found them. And my life coach had helped me a lot. I had a therapist and a life coach, and it helped me focus on success and getting here, right? What's Melissa? Good night, Isis. I'm still playing with my makeup just because I'm talking to y'all. Uh, Now I've got powder going down my nose. I don't know what I'm doing now. Now I'm just being silly, but it's fun. And this is what I'm talking about. I think while I play with makeup. This is why I started doing it again, because I'm really processing information while I do this. And I could sit quietly and think about things too. you know? It's just very soothing to me. Hold on. Thank you, Gordy. Y'all don't get sick. Hold on. Grady. How do I flip this camera? Grady. All right, now y'all are Grady. All right. Pardon Grady. Hold on. Hope the dishes aren't done. Grady. Hello. Everybody says hello, Grady. Hello. He's a little chubba bubba, but we're on a diet. He's mad at me about that. Oh, I don't think he feels good. Do you see his eyes? Do you feel good, sugar? You don't have your collar on, running around naked. Running around naked. I love you. You want to go outside? You need to go pee pee? Need to go pee pee? I love you. Come on. Yep, the floor is dirty. It's like having guests when you unexpectedly. Okay, go play. Off you go. There's my little backyard. Okay. All righty. Got to look at me again. I know I'm not as cute. Those eyes are why chocolate labs are so heavy, because how can you look at them and tell them no? I cannot look into his eyes and say no for long. It's just like, okay, I'll just give you a little. Yeah. All right. Hair bothers me. I like this makeup look. I don't want to look super made up. Even on the red carpet, I'm just really loving my skin. Leaning into skincare has been the best thing in my life because I didn't do a lot of it before I was burned. My skin was nice, but I wasn't doing all the things that needed to be done. Isn't he sweet? I know people are watching. I know. We keep it down. We keep it down. That's why we don't flash the whole backyard. It's hard. It's frustrating to have to live that way, you know? Thank you, Carol. Well, that was fast, sugar butt. What's up? You okay? What's up? Come here. Come here. No, what? Come here. What's wrong? No, he knows the camera. He does not like camera. He's going to lay down. But that dog, I must have ruined him taking pictures and making videos because he does not like the camera. He knows when it's on. He doesn't want to do it. When you this is horrible here. When you do, like I want to make a video or something or take a selfie with them, he just turns his head. He hates it. He wanted to see Auntie Kylie. He said, hey, and I got to go. All right, let's put something on my lips and wrap it up. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know it was nice to see y'all today. Oh, do y'all want to okay, I'm going to try this again. I don't know if it's going to work. It doesn't come out very dark on me, but Hard Candy has this new. I don't like that it's just not bouncy and it's not right. It should be like really straight. But I can't. I put my flat iron away and I can't remember where it. I hate to admit these things, but I have no idea where I put it. I put it somewhere safe. My house is tiny, so I don't know where it could possibly be. This is the peel off lip liner by Hard Candy, and it comes out dark on other people, but for me, it doesn't really work because my top lip is not a lip. My top lip is skin, and lips are tissue, right? Like the only part that's really a lip is this middle part. And even my bottom lip got covered up with skin when they did the grafts. You see, like my lip is down here, but there's a flap of skin over it. So when I do this, it's not as vivid, but I wanted to show y'all. Because it's a $7 lip liner stain. Which is really affordable. What's going on? Sophia needs to stay safe. If you want to learn more about narcissists, I recommend watching videos by Mental Illness. His name is Lee Hammock, and he's a diagnosed self-aware narcissist. He makes content that shows like how the narcissists act, the things they do, their tactics. And watching his videos is how I learned what a narcissist is. You know, I like to do my whole top lip, even though it's not a lip. Like make the top lip dark. It's not going to come out as dark as it is on y'all. Hopefully we'll be able to see it. It says it sets in a minute, but I find that if you dawdle with it like I am, it takes a bit longer. And look, now that side of my mouth is bigger than the other. No, it's not black. This is a tint. It's going to peel right off. The color is mocha ink. So this is a lip tint stain, and it's going to dry, and we're going to peel it off. And it's going to leave behind a stain. Oh, I know, right? I don't think I have any black lipstick. I wore black lipstick one time, and I looked like Wednesday Addams. I thought it was going to work out, be really cute on me, but it was not. It's cute on some of us, but it was not cute on me. I'm going to make that lip bigger. Have you been looking for this? It works really well. I'm going to tag it. I've seen it on other people, and it's so much more impressive than it is on me because it's not tissue, you know? Let me find the hard candy. I think it's in here. Hard candy. But definitely let it set more than a minute if you're putting it on all thick like I just did. Lip liner stain. I'm going to tag it. Y'all put it in your little YouTube card or something. I don't know how it works. There it is at Walmart. And they also have another lip stain that's kind of more, it's like a lip stain, but it's, this is the liner. Sorry, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think at the top right, it's tagged now. Thank you. I haven't been wearing makeup as much. I've just been really focusing on my skincare lately because I'm just loving the way I look. I was telling y'all that I got fortunate enough to, start working with Allies of Skin because I wouldn't have been able to afford their skincare at that time. It's up there. So Thea, Tanya, what, honey? And using them for the past, I think, has it been 2 years? It's been 2 years. And yes, subscribing is free and it helps. And thank you, Renee. Subscribe. If you double tap the screen and do the thumbs up, that helps me a lot as a creator. This is my only job. This is my only hope of survival for the rest of my life. That, and then after I got to LA, I started getting, my plastic surgeon does nano fat, right? So look up nano fat. I don't know what it costs. I'm fortunate enough to have these people doing it for free. I would imagine it's kind of pricey in Beverly Hills. But what they do is liposuction from some fat from your side, if you have enough, or your thigh. And then they process it like they remove the fat and just keep the liquid. And then they take it and inject it into your face, and your own your own stem cells start to heal your skin, start to rejuvenate it. And thank you, Erica. These are press-ons by Lily Nails. Lily Nails. Lily Nails. Press-ons. I've had them on for probably 3 weeks. I think I've made a video show you how to do it right. So the nano fat, I've had 6 or 7 rounds of it, And it's the most amazing thing. You know, stem cell science was suppressed for a while, but these are my stem cells rejuvenating my face, giving me the ability to animate. Like I couldn't do that before. Skin grafts don't move like that. This couldn't do that. Couldn't do that before. And it works. I find that when you combine the allies of skin and the nanofat, you get miraculous results. I mean, one of the products I use by Allies of Skin is a growth factor serum. So, growth factor and stem cells really go together, right? Like, and it works so great. And I know because I've seen people who are getting, like me, who are getting the nanofat but not using the Allies of Skin. My skin is healing much better, you know? The butterfly ring is from James Avery. I think that's the name. I actually have it tagged. If you go to my page and my shop there's a shopping link on my page, and I know I've tagged this ring before. It was a gift from my bestie. Grady, don't run by. Okay. You know, he has hardly drank any water today. I'm really worried. He just has seemed sluggish the past couple of days. Drink some Wawa, please. Do it loud. Oh, he's gonna do it. He sticks his face in. Let's see if he sticks his face in. See? He just stuck his whole head in. Grady, can you breathe? I'll clean. I just clean it up when he's done. What am I going to do? You've been drinking that way. If you and they have bowls to try to prevent that, but if you put it in that bowl, he just won't drink. Okay, he hasn't drank a lot of water today, and this is good. My baby. That's my sugar. He's going to drink the whole bowl. Y'all done? Where are you going? Back outside? Going back out? Going back out? He went back out. Okay, he drank water, so I feel better. What'd you say? Put the lights on the arch? I think so too. I think lights would be nice, but I think I'm going to have to move. I'm not like in a bad area, but I'm not in a good area either. And it makes me nervous. Like I'm right on a main street and I have a fence all around, but there's a lot of homeless people that come by and um, kind of aggressive. So I think if I can, hopefully I'll get the divorce settlement by April, by my birthday, and then I can look at moving by June because my lease is up in June. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford another place because I bought the paint to paint my kitchen cabinets black because the landlord said I could do whatever I wanted. But I don't even want to invest the time because I don't think I'm going to stay. I'll save the paint for the next place. Let's see if I can get this off. This is always the thing. How do you get it started? My fingers don't work well. There we go. No. This is the part we never show, that the influencers never show when they're making content, you know? Like, they don't show, like, how in the world you get that off. It usually comes off better than this. It's not doing it today because I'm live. Thanks very much. Normally comes off in one piece. What is wrong? Okay. You see how brown it is? That's the mocha. And so you can put that on and it stains your lip all day. You can add a lip gloss or you can add more lip stain because they do have a new pop tint. They have a new water lip stain, which is if you tried the hard candy lip stain before, it was thick and kind of like a lipstick almost. This is like Benetint. But again, only $7 instead of however many dollars. Maybe we'll use some, I don't know. But that way, you're no matter what you do all day, there we go. No matter what you do, your lip tint is staying on. See how it doesn't really work on the top lip? It just kind of works. It just kind of works, but still, I have some definition I didn't have before. My top lip looks even more like a lip. I've been so blessed to have, like, Dr. Mani is an amazing Beverly Hills plastic surgeon, and he even on the last couple of surgeries put some fat, some real fat in here for me. 11:58 a.m. No, it doesn't hurt. These are not sharp tweezers. These are eyelash tweezers. Don't use a sharp one. Like the pinchy ones. These are just for lashes, so they're dull. And my fingers don't work. I think that's still some of it. But it works great. So Theo, why do you keep writing Tanya in a comma? Is it my name? Or I feel like I'm missing something, sugar. All right, we got to wrap this up. I didn't really do any kind of tutorial today. I'll tag all the products that I used. I need to finish my lips. This is kind of the look I'm leaning into from here on out. I've never been like a natural girl. I want to be glamorous, but I'm just feeling really comfortable in my own skin right now. You're talking about the supply, they will wear you out and then throw you away to get a new one. I don't think that all narcissists would actually set you on fire or try to kill you, but I do think they all have the potential to if they're truly narcissistic. What day though? When I'm coming back, I'm not going to do tomorrow. I'll do Monday. I have a doctor's appointment Tuesday, so I know I'll do Monday. I'm trying to put my schedule back together or put a schedule together so I can do lives. Sunday, 11:58 a.m. My agent is in Sydney, Australia, with ZBD Talent. Their main office, I think, is out of the UK, but the USA division is out of Australia. Hopefully, I'll get a modeling job soon. I want to get some more pictures made. I didn't get to finish my portfolio. I only had those pictures like in the jeans because there was an emergency when I was getting my photos made a few months ago. I mean, like a life and death emergency. So we stopped and just went with what we had. But I've lost a lot more weight too. So I want to get some like sassy pictures so people will hire me to model because I have a different kind of look. Do I look 52? Even if I do, models can be 52, right? You don't have to be 20 to be a model. I set a goal many years ago of walking the runway. That's something I've always wanted to do. So hopefully it's going to happen. Hopefully it will happen. Right? Anything can happen. I'm working really hard now. I have like a spin bike, the vibration plate, and this is MAC Flesh Pot. I don't really want any color. I'm just going to put a gloss on it. So I used to be in really great shape, and I would like to be in shape again. I didn't think I would ever say that. I've not been caring about myself very much. Yep, I'm 52. And we should have 52-year-old models, 52-year-old women buy the clothes, right? 52-year-old women buy the makeup. I'm here. We're going to be represented, and people with visible differences are going to be represented. Golly as my witness. I need a good lip gloss. I'm not feeling, I know what I like. ColourPop Fresh Kiss. Thank you, Shantae. ColourPop Fresh Kiss in raspberry cream. I've been forgetting to wear this. Why are you crying, sugar? You didn't eat your breakfast today. He's not one to eat his food, but it's because he doesn't like it because he's on a diet. This smells like raspberries and cream, and it almost kind of, it's kind of sweet. Thank you, Gordy. I want all the beauty brands and all the fashion brands to understand that we, the 52-year-olds, are buying things. Why not show it on a 52-year-old? Why does everything have to be that way? And there's nothing wrong with 20-year-olds. Of course, they're beautiful, but everybody should be included. Oh, Summer Shan, you watched School last year? Oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you, Summer Shan. That lip is a lot neuter than I thought it was going to be. We'll just go with it. Right. As when we talk about inclusion, we need to include age groups, we need to include visible differences, we need to include disabilities. And what companies do now, like Sephora, they keep, they do the Sephora squad and they're like, oh, we're inclusive. And usually they pick vitiligo, which is definitely should be included. But with vitiligo, you still have normative features. There's nothing, the eyes, the nose, the mouth look exactly like everybody else's. That's what I'm saying. There's no disfigurement. There's no, I don't like the word disfigurement, but you know what I mean. There's no difference in the ability in the appearance except for skin tone. And then they're starting to include gray hair, which is great. We need all these things to be included, but they refuse to budge on visible difference. It doesn't need to be me on a Sephora billboard, but I know a lot of young ladies that have visible differences, burns or disabilities, and they're not being included, right? So, yeah, it's when you start dealing with different features that they don't want to include you. So if your eyes, nose, and mouth don't look like everyone else's, they don't want to include you. You know, I'm about to go off, but if you want my full story, you've subscribed and look at my page. I put it there because I tell it about 1,000 times throughout a live. Ooh, that's pretty. This is the blush lighter portion of the Huda Beauty blush lighter in pink. I'm about to log off, everybody. I'm a domestic violence burn survivor, and there's more about me on my page. I was set on fire by my husband of 15 years. And I go through it a lot, but I got to log off now. So if you just look at my videos, though, and I'll be back, this community talks about things a lot and really reaches out to help people who are in danger of being harmed themselves. Because if you're dealing with a narcissist, um, they will hurt you if they need to, if they feel like it, you know? So you didn't miss me. I'll be back Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's the prettiest part. I love lighter. And that Urban Decay, the wine colored eyeliner, that's so pretty. I think my lash is loose. It is. I was messing with my lash. If you get a loose lash like this, it's a little bit loose, take a little bit of glue and just stick it up under there, just a little tiny bit. Always secure your lashes. You don't want to be on the red carpet and have a lash come off. It happened to me. It happened. I was horrified. Love you, Kylie. Thank you for gifting. Thank you for all the gifts, everyone. I love y'all. And hopefully my health holds up because I need to be working and I need the community. It helps me be okay just as much as it helps you. When you see people who help others a lot, the ones who are really, really into it, you have to understand that they started as a matter of helping themselves. You got to put your oxygen mask on first. Thank you, Renee. I love y'all. I'll see you Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stay safe. Sophia, get help. And I love y'all. Remember that whatever you're going through, this too shall pass.